All right. Also, good morning. Well, not good morning. Good night for you, Strom. Sorry, I was a little bit late. Yeah, like I mentioned, it's just like random things did end up happen that made me be slightly late. Right, the solo stage. I managed to watch this, and apparently something big is gonna start happening over here, and we have like 2 documents, so there's a lot to look at. Let's just go straight into it as I connect my controller, because I did not connect my controller. What's my controller? You can wait. I guess it is the end of the day for you, so. Alright. What a peculiar sight, and you go with the tail of a mouse. So it's the same. So this is kind of curious, like the thing that they do here, because it's like, because you're gonna be doing all of these like stages like one after the other. They only have one before, what would be called, like a stage description. You have a single stage description for like all of them. But I guess I wasn't supposed to see this yet. I think I might know what might end up happening in this stage and why it's gonna be big. Because we've only seen that place once, and that was before John Doe died next to his roommate. Or we can skip this because I watched it on the last one. Let's go, Bronya. Alright. This is supposed to be the workshop of the person that made sculptures of Honkai Beast that later came started moving by some like puppet strings. You got a new phone? Nice. What is it? Is it like really new? Is it an iOS? Is it an Android? Is it in the middle? Actually, in the now you can play Honkai Impact and Honkai Star without lag. Then it is a really strong phone. That's really good. That's pretty nice. Also, this right here is probably like the where the scene like comes from on the little like novel right here. Because I remember seeing this like barrier and then seeing the stage in the middle. Oh, and I guess we get like a little bit of like explanation. A closed space in another dimension without an exit. Mm-hmm. So it's the sorry. So it's the same thing that's going on back when she was doing like her training, where she wants to be more independent. She doesn't want to rely in the dark Seele so much, or in her power, and she wants to be able to do things by herself. But it's not sitting quite right with our dark Seele. I need to focus the other one. No. Oh wait, I actually already killed it. There we go. She really wants to be more independent. So have you... Let's ignore that for a second. So have you already installed them on your phone? How is it? Do they look like really good? Do you max the graphics? I guess that's one of the big deals, is you're maxing the graphics. But I guess stable gameplay is always more important than good graphics. Yeah, the special thing about it is this. It's also on it. Oops, still loading. Oh. Oh. The Theater of Domination. This was the place that was on that ticket. And you, what are you? Oh, and this is why I didn't want to do it as well yesterday. This is the stage swap. This is 100% the stage swap. Mirarimer. Prepare to get clank. What's wrong with this puppet? What a pretty dirty mouth. And they got the doll moves down perfectly as well. That's why they need correction. Let's just give them to a baby so they can get like beaten and filled with saliva. Well, so I guess this is where I'm glad that I've actually used this Seele before in sim battles. So this space has like split up both of the Seeles somehow. For like the first time in like maybe ever, both of the Seeles, the dark Seele and normal Seele, blue Seele and red Seele have been like split up. This Herrscher somehow has the power to do that. I guess it's also part of like the curious thing of only Red Seele being able to actually listen to the puppets, because it's the same voice that she heard back in the that one room. What was it? John Doe's apartment. John Doe's apartment. But man, this Seele is not very strong. Or maybe she is. Look at that! Look at that move. So, when was it? Was it yesterday that I was actually trying to actually talk about, or like mentioning how not puppets, how dolls can be really creepy? And well, what a coincidence! It looks like our enemy is exactly a damn puppet with puppet movement. Look, it has even the joints. It has joints on the arms, on the fingers. And I think this is the first time that they've done like one of these like standing still characters while they're like still moving. Like it's completely like moving like an actual like toy, a puppet. Like the arm of the puppet is just like swinging, like it's not getting controlled by anything. This Herrscher powers is so OP, but its user kind of sucks. We'll see. Here's the thing that I'm also curious, that I hope we get more of like an explanation like later on knowing about because on the previous era, like every single Herrscher that was born came with a complete annihilation of an area or of something. And so far that really hasn't happened here, except for like Seele that killed a bunch of people, and yeah, Seele. Pretty much just Seele that killed a bunch of people. And it was more like the hell that came with the birth of a Herrscher. Like May, when she turned into the third Herrscher, the Herrscher of Thunder, for the first time, she didn't actually like hurt anyone, but it was that the Honkai eruption around her that ended up making like all this hell for like Nagasora and killing people. It wasn't her. But in the previous era, it was the Herrschers themselves were like really aggressive and really strong, that every single time that one of them was born, it's just like, oh, we're like losing a fraction of humanity. Like the Herrscher of Fire eliminated an entire continent. It's just like it's such a big thing. There's an explanation about that. Thank the Lord. In the Elysian realm. This is the first time that she uses this what is it, this like little animation, this stance. Ugh, look at this. Yeah, probably the creepiest thing that can happen with a doll is them doing a 360 with their heads and then staring back at you, and then it starts to speak. Yeah, this puppet just did that. This has gone really high on my creepometer. She doesn't load this protected world, but she's born from negative emotions. We know that from like the little like document that we had before, the little novel about Seele. how she was talking how every time there was like a negative emotion, she gained like a conscience or like sentience. And when Seele got kidnapped, that she was like filled with like fear and despair was when she was able to actually fully wake up.
同じこと言うんだ。やっぱりあなたの存在は邪魔だ。そうだ。あなたを殺せば彼女は私たちを拒絶しなくなるだろう。そうだ。
Fix my headset. So for some reason, this puppet is like especially interested in Red Seele. For some reason. We also I have a feeling that it skipped something there. We still don't really know the like objective of this like Herrscher. This Herrscher is like much more human than the others as well. I am actually dealing 0 damage to this. Its health bar hasn't moved. I'm missing something. And the thing is probably that it is missing. Because there's nothing else. So, take me. She's back. This would have been a great cliffhanger if I stopped here yesterday. Bronya. The Bronya turned around and you were gone. So the puppet has the power to actually choose who to take to the theater of domination. And that's probably only why John Doe was taken into that place without the roommate actually noticing. Actually, we don't even know what happened after he got taken to that place, because it would have been like a big deal. Like some sort of like a news outlet would have probably just like taken in that story about John Doe disappearing from his bed. If the roommate decided to just like give that story to like a news outlet, just like random disappearance of like a kid, and it would have like been on the news, but it wasn't. And we still don't know why it's targeting like really specific people: John Doe, Mira Reamer, and Red Seele. So far, those are like the 3 targets that we know about. And found you lying on the ground after returning here.
国の劇場にミラリーモと名乗る人形ですか？うん、すごく変だった。崩壊獣とゾンビを操ってゼーレを攻撃してきたの。
John Doe is dead, but John Doe is alive. Something like that. The puppet called itself Mita Reamer. And we were thinking before of it being some sort of like impersonation kind of thing, taking the identity of John Doe to like take that job and then causing like trouble or something of the sort, or making it as a trap for like the Valkyries of Anti-Entropy to go and check it out, and then something looking to do something to them, which was probably the bait for like the Red Seele. But yeah, I guess it's supposed to be much more than just a simple impersonation.
なんかあの人形、まるで本物の人間みたいで。ゼーレはどうやって逃げ出したんですか？よく覚えてないの。気を失う前、もう一人の私が焦った声でゼーレの名前を呼んでた気がする。彼女がゼーレを助けてくれたの。
And how they were separated before that somehow. Like it's a big deal, the fact that that puppet could separate the Seles somehow, in some way.
もう一人の私、ね、あなたが助けてくれたの？
Did your friend tell you when you should watch Cele's One Day Adventure? He told me that it should be fine after this like chapter, because it's that it, from what he remembers, there isn't anything from like the future chapters in the like the little like story thingy. It's just like a wholesome kind of thing, a side thing that they put it into the game once, and then when they release like this like chapter or something of the sort, when they release the character. She's still there. And then there's more of like those sort of like stories. Like apparently there was one for like for the Herrscher of Thunder, when the entire like chapter of like her going separate ways with Kiana and fighting her like happened, that they had like a little like story about like the Herrscher of Thunder, in the same way as like Cele's One Day Adventure. I wonder if it feels especially bad for Red Seele for her to become just like someone. Like, you know, imagine just like having a friend, and that friend, whenever you're just like happening and stuff like that, they deny your existence every single time. I wonder if that also is affecting the Red Seele's like mental state. Checking on my kitty. Seele and Brony walked into the workshop. Well, 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 what do we have here? The Honkai Beast, the sculptors. Let's check this one first. If I can. There we go. So maybe the only thing, someone was impersonating this person. There's like, they mentioned the dust on the desk, or maybe that I missed it. They say there was a lot of dust on the desk, or did they mention that there was no dust on the desk? I screwed up. I'll just ignore it for now.
急に動き出す可能性があります。
うん。
ブローニャお姉ちゃん、彫刻の台座に何かあるよ。先ほどの原稿にあった符号と同じみたいですね。これは下に訳文らしきものがあります。意志、思想、魂、すべては偉大なる移住の主に帰る。
The Master of Monsters.
移住の主？崩壊獣のことかもしれません。最近、崩壊獣を崇拝する謎の宗教が
Made in
盛んだと聞き
China.
ました。まさか、そこにミラリーモも関わってるとは。
And funnily enough, you'd be correct because this game was made in China.
宗派のメンバーは、こういった謎の移住が人類の魂を救い、本物の楽園へと導いてくれると信じているみたいです。
There's always a cult. Whenever there's like a game that's like having some sort of like apocalypse kind of thing, there's always a really annoying cult that thinks that whatever is going on is actually like it's being sent from the heavens to deliver us from the pain of the world. Let them kill us, and we will be taken to the heavens. Our sins will be pardoned, or some really dumb stuff like that. And it's just like a big ass mess because they become like terrorists. Like a lot of like the members for like this sort of like cults become terrorists, and they sort of like try to be like helping this like whatever the hell is going on in the world kill more people.
どうしてそんな真実とは真逆の考えを持つようになったの？
But there's always a cult like this. Always. Zombie movies, any sort of like apocalypse kind of movie, where it's just like tsunamis or like the meteors falling into towards like Earth or something like that. Is always. It's the cleansing of the Lord or something of the sort. Hmm.
ブローニャお姉ちゃん、見て、本棚に他のと違う色の本がある。
I don't know about it possible I want to be a Honkai Beast too. Is it so you can get beat up by the Valkyries? Mm?
髪が真っ黒。怖い。
It's a dark page. I don't know what this is. Is it burnt? Maybe because it's like shining. And I have absolutely no idea what this means.
この文字、いや、符号でしょうか。ブローニャは見たことありません。
I mean, aren't there like people that think like if some sort of like zombie apocalypse happens in our world, I want to become a zombie as soon as possible so I don't have to suffer. There's something like that for like some people.
古い原稿みたいだね。ボロボロになったページがいくつかあって、縁には焼け焦げた跡もある。
Burnt.
見てるだけで寒気がしてきた。一体どこからこんなの手に入れたんだろう。ずっと見てたら頭がクラクラしてきた。ゼーレ、もう見ない方がいいです。危険なものかもしれませんから持ち帰って調べてもらいましょう。
Looks like something is waiting for us outside.
様子を見に行きましょう。気をつけてください。
Of course.
さっきロビーにあった彫刻です。ここを出る前に全部倒さないと。
Now with world-class Honkai Beast just like Janar from GGC if possible. so that you can have Kiana like grease you up, and then turn into a baby to save her. Wait a second. It's gonna look a little bit bad. I just want to check something. Okay. For some reason, the audio seems really, really loud for me. Where is it? I'm just gonna lower it a little bit. It's everything by 5. LPO, 5 CG by 5. There we go. Yeah, this seems a little bit more manageable for me. If it's too low on the side of the stream, I'll just like up the decibels on OBS. But I'll have you. I'll need you to tell me if it's too low. And here's the puppet. A very, very big puppet. What's also curious is that whenever we found like the puppet in John Doe's apartment, it was like small, wasn't it? Like the size of like a hand. No different for me? Perfect. I guess maybe the filters are doing some good work. Or not? The stage description. The same thing with like Pumpkin and Silly Jack. And out we go. Yeah, this chapter seemed like a lot faster. There was only like a lot of talking in the first couple of like stages. Like not the chapters, the stages seemed faster. A few days later. Defeat mechas within the circle to speed up collection. You know, the fact that we immediately go into... Oh. There we go. The fact that we immediately go into like battle and it's like Kiana and Seele just talking to each other is really, really nice. Like they're getting missions together. Ow, 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 ow. No, don't run out. Alright, now I need them to get a little bit closer. There we go. Should be it. Just one more attack, just one more attack. There we go. Perfect. Right? As always, gotta use the mechs that are dropping to get my evasion skill up. You know what sort of like makes me excited the more that I get through going like through the story of like this game? It's the fact that I'm going to start being able to actually watch other people play through the game. But I do need to find some good people to like watch. That's probably going to be the hard part of it. Was it over? Nope. One of the things about me, before I started like streaming myself, is that I got really used to watching Japanese VTubers rather than English ones. To the point that I really didn't watch any English VTubers for like years. A puppet and a show ticket. Hmm. Yeah, this is becoming more and more the case of it just pulls whoever it wishes, rather than it somebody within the area of the crime getting pulled into the theater of domination by accident.
2週間前に失踪した男の人も救出したよ。普通のサラリーマンで解雇された後は地下室に閉じこもってたみたい。ちょっと精神が不安定っぽいけど、あのミラリーモって彫刻家も救出された後はずっとぼーっとしてて、人形がしたことを何も知らなかった。
Curious that we're finding the people that are missing, and the only one that's like unique at the moment that died or like they were found like dead. It's like John Doe. Mia Rimmer is supposedly still alive. The Salary Man is still supposed to be alive. The missing person was found too, locked himself up. Not very stable.
これまでの経験通り、人形体内の結晶を取り出せば徐々に元に戻るよね。今回もうまくいくといいね。
After we take out the core from the puppet.
でも犯人はどうしてそういった一般人を狙うのかな。電話番号とメールアドレスを全部盗用して、被害者が通報しなければ誰も不正利用だって気づけない状況になってた。警察側によると、犯人は本人になりすまして知り合い全員を騙し、その人の人間関係を悪化させただけみたい。それに意味があるのかな。理解できない。今月に入ってこういった事件が何件もあったよね。裏に隠れてるやつの目的は何なんだろう。
Like the only big crime
こんな遠回りなやり方をするの
has been the one from Mira Rimmer, which is actually just making Honkai Beast sculptures, selling them to exhibitions, and then sort of like quote unquote activating them and having them like hurt people. But the other ones seem sort of like harmless in terms of like causing some big damage that would be like considered some sort of like Honkai event kind of like happening. I only watched some VTuber. VTuber one is you, and the other I watch is people that play Honkai Impact on their stream. Ah, so you're a fan of Honkai Impact streamers, huh?
襲撃する前に予告をするとか、そのせいでみんな不安がってるし、力があるなら実力で来いって感じ。みんなに不安とストレスを与えるのも敵の目的の一つかもしれないってアインシュタイン博士が言ってたよ。
Fear and confusion in us. It is true that it can also work as a distraction. If you put like a riddle out about what you're gonna be doing next, and you're just trying to like figure it out, you might miss something, and they can use that as an opening.
それならもう十分聞いてるよ。今朝会議室の前を通った時にテスラ博士の怒鳴り声が聞こえたもん。
But she's always like that.
ネゲントロピーの縄張りで犯行予告とか完全に挑発よ。犯人を見つけ出してこの手でボロボロにしてやるわ。ってね。
Sounds like that's that.
テスラ博士らしいね。あとキアナのモノマネすごく似てる。それじゃあチケットを確認してみるね。錆びたランタンから煙が出て、暗闇の中で子供が騒ぎ、観客たちは拍手しながら笑い、異色の瞳が外に落ちる。
kind of creepy.
何それ、気持ち悪い。
Yeah.
今までと同じなら、チケットにある予告は次の犯行の内容だね。
Is there perhaps another like streamer that you'd recommend to me to like watch that has like played through the game that maybe that I can watch like right? Well, maybe all of the other like streamers have like finished Honkai Impact already. Like on my recommended pages, I found one. It's supposed to be like one of from one of like the corporations, but she's supposed to be playing like Honkai Impact, and she already like she's already like behind me. I already passed that person, but I still haven't watched like a single one of her streams, so I still don't know if it'll be fun. That's like the deal with like streamers, just like maybe a streamer's like playing a game that you like, but the issue is that if you're gonna end up liking the way that they play the game or the way that they react to the game, it's probably like one of the biggest issues in like watching finding someone to watch.
あとはチケットを鑑識の人に渡して、ついている土の成分を分析してもらえば犯行現場を割り出せる。
Salt Lake Base.
やっと戻れた。この基地に長くいるからかな。お家に帰ってきた感じがする。来月のパーティーの飾り付けが終わったら、きっともっと綺麗になるだろうね。
She's still in the Yata arc? I think so. If yes, then I know her. She's from Idol. I think that's a pretty good giveaway. Juna Unari? I think it's her name.
お疲れ様。誰か探してるの?
But she popped up on my recommendation, and I like moused over to like see what she was, and her last stream was like 1, 2, maybe 3 days ago, and I saw that she was doing the parts of like the Jata arc.
お疲れ様です。
Yatta!
今回の任務で回収したチケットで次の犯行現場を割り出すために分析してほしいんですけど、誰に渡したらいいでしょうか?
Also, I asked my friend about why it was being called like the Yatta arc, and I got like a big explanation of the entire meme. Oh yes, that's the other Vtuber that I watch.
それなら私に渡せばいいよ。任務お疲れ様。はい、よろしくお願いします。
And there's a very, very famous like Honkai streamer as well, Unreal Dreamer. Do you also watch him?
安心して、早く結果を出すようにするよ。ん？隣にいるのはもしかして。
And that's probably like the only EN like streamer for like Honkai that I actually know, and it's not because I actually found out about him, but because he's like famous and my friend like told me about him. And that's pretty much it. Oh?
あなた、空の律者って聞いたけど、本当かな? そうだよ。
Yeah, getting called like that is probably like a big a no-no for like Kiana. Just being identified as a Herrscher of the Void rather than Kiana Castellana.
お友達のキアナです。今回の任務を達成できたのもキアナのおかげなの。よかった。
Oh?
ずっと面と向かってお礼を言いたかったの。
Oh?
なかなか話す機会がなくて。私、信州の出身で両親は天球市にいるの。この前の事故だけど、空の律者のおかげで両親は助かったから。
Finally somebody sees the good in Kiana. Ah.
一緒に仕事してるって両親に話したら、お礼を言っておいてって何度も言われて。
Finally.
助けてくれて本当にありがとう。
You hear that, Kiana?
そんな礼を言われるようなことじゃ、自分のすべきことをしたまでだよ。
She's embarrassed.
みんながそういう勇気を持ってるわけじゃないの、キアナさん。
Just call him Kiana. Call her Kiana.
私たちは知ってるよ。
Come on, Tere, tease her.
ヒーロー、私が？
Remember, Kiana, the person that did all the bad things was not you. The person that did all the good things was indeed you. Your decisions with your body. You deserve all the praise in the world, and all the pats in the world, and all the hugs in the world, and all the love in the world.
よかったキアナ。ほら、みんなキアナが怖いってわけじゃないな。キアナの努力をみんなちゃんと知ってるから。あの人だけじゃないよ。たくさんのスタッフがキアナの話をしてた。ゼーレ知ってるよ。確かにまだキアナが怖いっていう人もいるけど、キアナの背景を理解してキアナの力になりたいって思う人もたくさんいるの。
I can't, man. we're not in a movie or anything of the sort, and I'm already gonna cry. This is one of those like happy cries. I don't have paper now. This is more of what the Kiana deserves after all the things that she has been through and all the things that she has done. I only find Juno Nagi. That's her name. And I can't find interesting new players to watch. Yes, that can be the issue sometimes. And I know that this game isn't quite as popular as Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail, so it can be hard to like actually find somebody that just like starts to play the game. Like one of the reasons that I'm playing the game is just the fact that I'm just going through all I'm the kind that likes to play the things before something that I was like interested in. And because sometimes you can find gems like this. Like I don't think there was gonna be, well, rather it's my friend just like kept talking about it and keeps praising this game, so of course I'm gonna grow interest in it, and I'm gonna grow interest in like all the Hoyoverse games since my friend just keeps praising them. But if I was like a normal person, well, maybe not like normal person, if just I'd probably just like feel myself more like drawn into Genshin or Honkai Star Rail simply because of its popularity. A lot of people are playing it, a lot of people are like praising it, so I'm gonna play it. And I'd probably like end up skipping this game, and I think the people that skip this game, well, of course they're missing like a big gem. And it's not maybe something like a, what's it called, a diamond in the rough. It's not like that. Maybe it was like at the start on the first like couple of like chapters when it was still they were just like still finding their like path through like the way that they wanted to like develop the game, the way that they wanted to tell the story, the way that they wanted the characters to just like get developed. Sorry. But after they got the hang of it, they just like keep going. Their quality just keeps going up and up and up and up and up and up. And I know that this game is actually insanely popular in China. Not that popular outside of like the main place where this game got developed. Most of Honkai Star players come from Genshin. Yeah, I don't really doubt that like at all, because Genshin was like the thing that made it Hoyoverse or MiHoYo just like get its like own like spotlight. I mean, they are trying to just like get more people to get to like play the game in like part 2, because they did like a lot of whatchamacallit, like ads and stuff like that. But who knows if people are just gonna look back into the game and actually be able to play it. Like one can only hope that by like showcasing the game more people can just like get interested into the game. But it's like really hard to get like a new player to actually just like look into a game that they know nothing about. If it was Bronya saying it, then it can only be praises. うん。
よかったな。自分のことで精一杯なのに、他人を気にする余裕なんてあるの？
That is true. Every single time that she's like doing all this like battle training, she just like she overexerts herself, and that like feeling that she was like feeling of just like her getting like a blurry vision and stuff like that. I've gone to the gym before, and I've had that feeling as well, where you just like it's like on the first couple of days where I go to the gym when I'm like not used to it, I feel like this like after I'm done with like the workout, I start feeling like sick, like pretty much to the point where I might like even pass out. It happened once where I felt like I could like end up passing out, like my vision blurred. I got like the ringing in my ears and stuff like that. I didn't pass out, but it's like it's a very similar feeling to maybe what Seele was like feeling from like exerting herself in battle. Found a lot of new players, but they only start part 2 and don't care about the part 1 story. It is a lot of chapters in like part 1, but it's a really good story. They're missing out. That's like all that I can say, is that they really are missing out. Especially, I wonder how much the Honkai Star Rail players are missing out, because on the new like story, my friend like immediately, I think I mentioned this before, but immediately as soon as he got done with the story, he just came in, just like beep, 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 Discord notifications, just like going absolutely ham, and he's just like screaming, yelling into the air, just like, oh my god, it's like this man, Shaoyi, right? But Shaoyi just keeps dropping this like reference in the game. It's like everybody's like missing out. It's like you feel so bad. I feel bad for the players that never play Honkai Impact 3rd, just like screaming about it onto my onto my DMs about the connections that there might be between like both of the games, or like the references that they're throwing between both of the games. This is like it's probably such a big deal, because for games like that do those kind of things, just like for the people that play them normally, maybe they're gonna feel something when they throw out like these references, depending on what type of like reference it can be. Like maybe it's like an Easter egg, maybe it's part of like the story, and they might feel something if it's like written in a way to just like it being like sad, or it being like happy, or it being like some sort of like well, whatever emotion that they want to give through what they're like talking about. And apparently it was like a story, a very specific like story reference that did happen in Honkai Star Rail. But the people that have played this game before and they notice the reference, it's just like your mind gets absolutely blown, because I've seen like those sort of like reference for other like companies. I can't remember a game that has done it, but I do remember it happening to me, and it's just like you feel that it's like insane. It's like, oh my god, they remember this, or it's just like, oh, it's a meme from like this like spot, or like this thing that got made into like meme and stuff like that. It's just like it's becomes like such an insane thing to be able to tell what it was, for to tell what the reference was about, and it like ups the enjoyment of like the of like that situation like much more.
キアナはブロニアお姉ちゃんの大事な仲間だし、ゼーレの友達でもあるから、放っておくわけにはいかないよ。と思っちゃった。あの日、支配劇場を出てから、もう一人の私があまり話さなくなった。どうしたんだろう。
And that face that she has right now, this could be classified as such a yandere face rather than a tsundere face.
とにかく何か別の話をして雰囲気を和らげないと。最近基地での生活も慣れてきたよね。知り合ったばかりだけど、みんな優しくしてくれるし、おかげで友達もたくさんできた。
I play Star Rail, and I think the story is mid, so I quit. And after Benakuni updates, I think it becomes really good. So you play it again. That's fair. I mean, it's not like every single writer is always gonna hit with like the things that they make, so it's fair for them to actually miss sometimes. So yeah, it looks like maybe they hit like a miss for you in a certain point of like the story, but if they are getting like back to it. And I mean, they're getting praise from the player base, so it looks like it's a hit for a lot of people as well. So that's pretty good. Like I mentioned, of like the first couple of chapters, if I I have friends that also like playing games, but they don't like a couple like specific kind of like things that some games do with like their stories, especially like anime stories. Hoyoverse games need to let Shaoji cook. Yeah, if I probably recommended this game and they played through the couple of the first chapters, they probably would end up like quitting because it might not hit the right spot for them. It's gonna be like a real big miss because the ambience and the way that they are telling the story on the first couple of chapters is very different from like what's going on right now. Like that's what I mean when I say just like their like quality keeps like increasing and it seems like they're getting more the hang of what they wanted to make of the game.
ここ数日の訓練も全部クリアしたよ。
Oh.
弱点を一つずつ克服して、お姉ちゃんみたいな頼もしい人になるの。
Good job, Seele. We're still missing.
そうだ。前回キアナと一緒に行ったカフェ、また新しいメニューができたんだって。後でキアナにも。キアナ。彼女の名前しか知らないの。
It's the same thing from before. She's like being jealous about the fact that she's like focusing on so many other people rather than having some for like herself, some like attention for herself.
この前はブローニャお姉ちゃん、その前はカカリアお母さん。一人で生きていけないわけ。
I think she just said, "Can't you like live by yourself?" Or like live for yourself?
自立して強くなるんでしょ。もう他人を頼らないんでしょ。どうして彼女たちの名前を何度も繰り返すの？ちょっといきなりどうしちゃったの？もういい。うんざりよ。勝手になさい。
She's in full Soon mode.
もう一人の私、
Soon.
どうしてそんなに怒ってるの？もう一人の私。名前。劇場のあいつなら。またあなたね。同類じゃないって言ったでしょ。もう付きまとわないで。私？誰？リリーわからない。リリーはリリー。でも、リリーはみんなだよ。
It's a new puppet, Lily. Or like that Vtuber that's writing the script for GGC Cook and it'll hit hard like a truck. I understood that reference.
かわいそうなジョン。死んじゃった。でも大丈夫。大丈夫。まだたくさんいる。
It's one of the GGC memes, right? That one of like the what was it, like one of like the extra types of like girls, the ones that does like the updates and stuff like that. One of them just like turned into like a VTuber. Did she actually turn into a VTuber? Because I know some companies actually make some of like their characters into like VTubers. Like Kemono Friends has a bunch of VTubers. Or was it just like an April Fool's kind of joke? And you just stay like that?
同じ人じゃないけど、同じ人。みんな同じ人。彼も、私も、あなたも。もういい。
Ugh.
あなたたちが仲間だっていうのは知ってるわ。もう出てって。私も行くから。どうして出るの？ここには他の人がいない。狭い部屋に閉じこもるのが好きなんでしょ？あなたには関係ないわ。
I like this face.
あー、リリーわかった。仲間外れにされた。嫌われた。だからいつも一人ぼっちで部屋に隠れてる。そうでしょ。出てって。あれ？リリー間違えた？いらない子だから自分で作った部屋の中で泣いてるんじゃないの？かわいそうに。
This puppet is really hitting the very annoying child vibe. That niece that you really hate, that you just want to smack in the side of her face, but you can't because your uncle's like right there looking at you. And I just have some noise about GGC because I just played it 6 to 8 months ago.
あなた
Mm.
お姉ちゃんがいて、友達がいて、彼女を気にかける人がたくさんいて、もう寂しくないの。
She's like throwing shit talk after trash talk after anything. What's it trying to do? Distancing both of them? Creating a wall between red Seele and blue Seele?
ほら、
It's correction? It's a good smack in the face.
あなたはどう？あなたは名前すらないのに。黙りなさい。知ってるんでしょ？あなたはあのシーリン、そして私たちと何の違いもないってこと。
She's hitting all the spots. She's like, this puppet is dancing on the minefield. But she's not dodging the mines. She's purposely stepping on every single one of them.
あの子はあなたが嫌い。あなたのすべてを否定し、あなたの存在を望んでないの。
I did mention this, that maybe she's like, she feels like really bad because Blue Seele denies like her existence every time that she talks about her.
あの子のことを臆病者だって呼んでるけど、本物の臆病者は現実に向き合おうとしない。あの子に捨てられることを怖がってるあなただよ。黙れってば。あはー、怒った怒った。今日はここまでにしよう。
This little child. She needs a better Herrscher than this, the red Seele.
残念残念。優れた素質があるのに、どうして私たちになろうとしないの？
You have such good potential. You're far better off with us.
大丈夫大丈夫。ほら、糸はもうその体に巻きついてる。またのお越しを待ってるよ。
And there's like 360 with the head. She clenched her hand so hard that it pressed the armrest into pieces. But as she released her hand, the pieces formed a black mist and restored the armrest. This was a world of her creation, where destruction was meaningless and cannot serve as a way to vent her anger. It further sank her already heavy mood. Yeah, same. Her mental state is not doing well at all. There's no way that she joins the puppets, right? This wouldn't turn into that sort of like story, like, or straight from the introduction, right? Into another. I mean, May already split up, and she went into like the villain side, quote unquote. But the villains are not actually villains because they're not doing villainous things. They're actually still protecting the world by like fighting the Herrschers, although they do it with some questionable means, like Raven being like an assassin, Jackal just being absolutely just play. Said the ASMR.
いけない、寝坊しちゃった。あれ？セーレお姉ちゃんが来た。セーレお姉ちゃんが遅れるなんて珍しいね。ごめんね、明日はちゃんと時間通りに来るから。
10 a.m. Training room, Salt Lake Base.
よし、今日の訓練を始めようかな。
Not a single word from like Red Seele. Yeah, they're white instead of being gray. Ow! These guys are kind of annoying because they keep firing and they never stop. They don't get stunned. Oh. Oh, good thing I didn't press hold, they just died. Hmm. Hmm. Um. Oh, where did my ult go? You know that no reaction went a little bit further than it was supposed to go. She doesn't say anything. The other the stronger mode doesn't activate. So it got to that point, huh? Where she's like not helping at all. And this is like a very, very, very like good what's it called? Detail. Yeah, I agree, Sele. I agree. That's a pretty cool detail. They deactivate the voice line of Red Sele because the ult's supposed to be Red Sele just taking control over the body and just like wreaking havoc, right? So they deactivate the voice line and you don't go into the Red Sele mode. 12 p.m. cafeteria. 3 p.m. meeting room. 11 p.m. Sele's room, the end of the day. After tossing and turning for a long time, she opened her eyes and sighed.
静かすぎる。慣れないな。ねえ、もう一人の私、もう怒らないで。ゼーレのためだって分かってるよ。いつもゼーレのそばにいて、ゼーレを守ってくれてたもん。あなたが言った言葉、全部ゼーレのためだって分かってるの。ゼーレの代わりに戦いたいのは、ゼーレが怪我するのが心配なんだよね。でも、ゼーレだってあなたが怪我するのが心配だよ。あなたはゼーレにとってかけがえのない大事な人だもん。あなたみたいに強くなって、あなたを守れるほど強くなりたいの。他人と接触してほしくないのは、ゼーレが傷ついて、騙されて、裏切られるのが嫌で、おもちゃ箱で泣くことしかできないゼーレに戻ってほしくないからだよね。
Yeah, the last experience that she had making friends was with Sin, and Sin was the one that pushed her into like getting hurt, getting bullied, and hiding into the toy box. Sorry.
だってゼーレにはあなたがいるもん。いつも自分のことを大事にしてほしいってあなたはゼーレに言うけど、ゼーレの大事にしたい自分の中にあなたもいるよ。あなたはどんな存在かって前にゼーレに聞いたよね。すごく考えたけど、やっぱり答えは一つだけだよ。あなたは私、私はあなた。私たちは平等な存在。あなたがゼーレの喜びを祈るように、ゼーレもあなたの幸せを祈ってるの。
Sweetness is too much. It's too much.
名前のこと気にしてるんでしょ？私たちは平等だから 名前であなたを呼びたいの。もし好きな名前があったらゼーレに教えてほしい。
Instead of her naming her, the red Seele, she wants her to like pick her like own name. I think that's the right choice.
あなたの気持ちをちゃんと知りたいから。あのバカは何を言ってるの？
What's your answer, red Seele?
まさかこんな話で私を動かせるなんて思ってないわよね。
Were her lines always this color? They were red before, right? I mean, I just noticed it now because I said red Seele, and this is not red. This is orange.
何を言われたって関係ない。もう放っておくって決めたの。まだ言ってる。小説になるなんて珍しいわね。
Do you hear that? What's the sound of doubt?
まあいいわ。せっかく誠意を見せてくれたことだし、気にしないことにしてあげる。
Oh my god, man. Alright. Blue Seele has this absolute sweetness aura to her. And Red Seele is also very, very adorable in her own tsundere way. Red Seele act like my sister when she's mad at her foot. Exactly. She's actually acting exactly like that. She's being full on tsundere right now. Just like, I don't care about what you're talking about, but I guess I can give it like a listen, since you're saying so many like nice things or something of the sort. Yeah. See.
あの態度なら別に仲直りしてあげなくもないわ。
Ah, she's adorable. Ah, gosh. So it's just having one of those like really like angry days. It's just like, I'll teach her a lesson by not talking to her for the entire day. She wants more praise. Ah. Who gave you permission to go to sleep? Keep praising me. This is full on tsundere. It's at the highest tier of like tsunderes. She was very, very jealous. And of course the baka, the tsundere baka. Seele, red Seele, that's not true. You know that's not true. You heard her say it. You're indispensable. You're both equals. This is such a good song, by the way. It starts like sort of like sad, and then they throw in like the guitar solo.
結局あなたが謝って慰めてくれることになるとはね。あなたは本当にバカね。優しすぎなのよ。
And you know that's why everybody loves Seele. Because even though she might be a little bit of an idiot, she's a very soft and gentle one.
あのポロ人形の話なんか信じないわ。ゼーレの気持ち、私はちゃんと分かってるんだから。
Color, 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 color. I knew it. She is red.
だって私たちは同じ存在だもの。私たちはゼーレだもの。その日が来るまであなたが傷つかないように私は全力であなたを守るわ。
But she'll never abandon you. Never. This little girl is way too nice. Even if like the biggest or like the worst thing ends up like happening, she will never abandon anyone.
そしてあなたが本当の意味で眉を破って蝶になる時が来たら。一体何の話をしてるのよ、私は。
So is that the answer to your question? If she was gonna end up joining the puppets and turn into like a villain? Very much so. Very much so. This is the answer to my question. And and I feel like so fulfilled. I feel so happy in like my heart. It's like it feels like those sort of like that feeling of like sweetness and like happiness. So just play it, just keep playing and you'll know her. But that's the fun of it. Just like thinking about things before they actually happen, and then getting all the theories that you were thinking about, or just completely destroyed and obliterated by something that you weren't expecting. Or maybe you hit.
どうしちゃったの？変なものでも食べたかしら。でも食べたのは私じゃないし。あのバカのせいね。
We went from Surdere to actually going back into the Sun side.
ちょっとどうしてすやすや寝てるのよ。私を笑ってるの？腹が立つわね。
You know that isn't true, Red Seele.
どうしてバカゼーレのことで悩んでるの？明日みんなに笑われるよ。顔にゼーレはバカ。書いてやろうかしら。やめた。一応私の体でもあるから。ゼーレのバカ。
So cute, so cute. I can't. I can't. I can't do that. I can't. She's the winning heroine for me. Red Seele is now my winning heroine in Sele's harem. Just too cute, man. She hides herself behind this like really big like tough act, but whenever she just throws out this like really like cute side of her, it's just like insanely adorable. Like you just want to protect her. You just want to root for her. And she's back to waking her up. Oops. She did say that it was impossible to actually wake her up gently because she never wakes up. She says something that very. She says tsundere with tsundere being completely on capital letters. That's how much of a tsundere she is. Another Sundere line.
なんでもないの。これでいいの。
戦闘スタッフ、全員会議室に集合してくれ。繰り返す。戦闘スタッフ、全員会議室に集合してくれ。急にすまないが、緊急事態だ。君たち何
Oops, I skipped it.
戻れるの？結論として違いはないが、喜んでいい情報ではないと思うぞ。最悪の予想が現実になった。
I need to have a little bit more patience.
分析した結果、人形から取り出した結晶が全文明の記録にある律者と極めて相似している。第10律者、支配の律者。
The 10 Herrscher.
全文明ではもう一つの名前がある。千人律者だ。
The Legion Herrscher of the previous era.
千人律者
And also, it's very curious because they call it the Legion Herrscher. In Japanese, they're saying, 1000 nin is 1,000 people.
そいつは1000人いるってことよ。
Yeah, here, 1,000 of them.
能力は弱いけど、人混みに紛れて計画性のある行動を取るから、かなり厄介だったみたい。でも、記録にある全文面の第10律者の特徴は、今回の事件と完全に一致してないわ。
And it wouldn't be a surprise because the Herrscher of Stars is different from the Herrscher of Earth. And they were mentioning that that Owl was supposed to be like the Herrscher of Earth, but he could control like gravity instead of rocks and minerals.
1000人の第10律者はみんな人類で、コアはその体内にあったでしょ。それに人形や劇場に関する記録もなかったわ。
And this is the deviation.
それが結論をすぐに出さなかった理由だよ。というより、その違いのせいで問題はより厄介になった。第一律者からその能力、順番、法則。この時代の律者は全文明と微妙に異なる。
Oh, that's why. Because the next line, the one that I skipped, was this one. Humanity has evolved and so have they.
現状から言うと、全文明の記録だけを判断の材料にするのは好ましくない。
もっと面倒なやつになったってことね。確か全文明の千人律者は互いに距離を無視した感知が可能だから、あうんの呼吸で連携ができるのよね。
Nope, wrong? What exactly? What did I get wrong? What did they get wrong?
もしその点に変わりがないなら、人形が正確な犯罪予告を出せた理由。
I was too busy thinking that I didn't actually remember what I said. The Elysian is this. The answer is in the Elysian Realm story. Everything is in the Elysian Realm story, isn't it?
天命側の情報によると、ここ1ヶ月、全世界で似たような事件が発生し、壊れた人形とチケットがいくつも発見されている。それから痕跡はあったものの、何も残っていない現場もあった。こちらはヨルムンガンドが先に回収した可能性が高い。
天命にヨルムンガンドまで。これだけの手がかりがあるなら、この一連の事件を律者によるものだと判断していいわね。あんたの言った通り、確かにこれで私は戻れるけど、全然嬉しくないわ。
At the very least, you'll stop like messing up with all the political people and bureaucratic people that are really, really annoying.
それに、あんたのその表情、もっと悪いお知らせがあるんじゃない？
Because Chaoji cooked the Elysian Arc, that's why.
君の勘は別のタイミングで発揮してほしいよ、テスラ博士。つい先ほど、前回のチケットにあった土壌成分の分析結果が出たんだ。やつの次の目標はソルトレイク基地だ。
Right here. Ah. Back to the menu we go. All right, what unlocked? What was unlocked? Oh, it doesn't actually grab every single one of them. Right. This one and this one. And that's it. Okay.
ゼーレゼーレゼーレうわもう呼ばないで。今夜中だよ。今日はかかりやお母さんのお手伝いで庭のお掃除をしたからもう眠いの。
This is probably way after the whole demon thing, because now they're like really friendly.
そんなのやらなければいいのに。どうしてあの女の命令に従うの？お人よしだから毎回あなたがやらされるのよ。そんなことない。お母さんは孤児院のみんなを大事に思ってるよ。セーレはお母さんの力。所詮ノーって言えないだけでしょ。
And she passed out.
それとシンマールってやつ、お姉様の足を怪我させただけじゃなく、よくあなたの邪魔をするでしょ。
So this is after the whole demon thing, and after Sinmal pushed Bronya down the stairs.
今度私に代わってちょうだい。もう二度と意地悪を言えないようにしてあげるわ。ねえ、ゼーレ、起きて。普段は出てこれないし、夜も話し相手がいないから、退屈でどうにかなっちゃいそうなのよ。
Give me a second. I have to do something. And this would be... There we go. Perfect. So on the Twitch side, I just got like a whatchamacallit, a message of somebody selling Steam bots or like chat bots and stuff like that, and it's just like, yeah, no, and I just banned that account.
じゃあ、明日の朝、どうなっても知らないわよ。
So she really isn't a morning person. She's always like late. She has a very tough time like waking up. That does happen sometimes when you have a very busy day. She opened the door and found the grim face of Matusha Kokoli. Yeah, very much so. I'm actually surprised. There's like so many games that have done this sort of like ASMR, well, ASMRs in general as some sort of like content that they're selling. But I guess the games that have done it are the games that have their focus rather than sort of like gameplay or their story. Their focus is just the girls. They're just selling you the. They're pretty much just selling you the AS. How can I say this? Yeah, they're pretty much just selling you the girls rather than the game itself, and that's how they get popular. It's because people like the loots of them. Like, if I remember correctly, Azure Lane is one of those games that has like ASMR of their characters, and that game is like 2000% just like selling their girls in like loot clothes.
昨日片付けた庭の葉っぱ、その袋が開けられてて散らかってるの。庭の土がついた足跡があなたの部屋まで続いてたわ。
Red Seele. This is such like a childish thing to do. The collected leaves in the yard are now all over the place. I can only imagine her taking control of the body, running out and just like putting her hands into like the pile of like leaves and just being like, Yatta! Just like making them all fly away. The boob touching mechanism is my favorite in this mechanic in this game. Oh my. But it's gone. And Shima woke to find the door to her room all messed up with chalk scribbles. At first, Sally didn't realize what it had to do with her, but after seeing her muddy shoes and chalk-marked dress, she bowed her head in embarrassment. Red Seele? She asked in her head. So the way that she fights back is in the most childish way possible. Really cute. Really cute. I'm in Southeast Asian server, so it's still there. Well, lucky you. Not for me. I did test it out before and it didn't work at all. Apparently it was only censored on like this server. Actually, I wonder if the Chinese server still has it. Doesn't seem like a thing that would say in the Chinese server. Yeah, she wouldn't believe it. Oh, there's like this other personality inside of me that actually took control of my body while I was sleeping and decided to do all of those things. So it really sounds like something that people would think as crazy talk. Stella was awfully quiet. So rather than try to explain it, she'll just go with, I did it. I mean, everything points at her anyway, so it's like, what can she do? Seele repeated. I remember when these were the punishments at school. Seele walked past Cocolia with her head down. Cocolia called her. One of the only times that we can actually see Cocolia be a sort of nice person. Cocolia scratched her head and couldn't find any more comforting words. She turned around and left. Seele is a really smart girl. For her to be able to actually notice that, it's like a very, very big deal. It's probably a really hard thing to actually like take notice of. And she can be all this like happy and cheerful because Dread Seele is actually taking all the negative emotions. Seele really does know. She always knows what to say. Always.
何に？あなたは悪魔なんかじゃない。あなたはもう一人の私。もう一人のゼーレなの。私たちはつながってる。だからあなたがどんな選択をしたとしても、それは私、ゼーレがした選択なの。
And this is the point where she started thinking of both of them as like the same person, as equals.
もうお人よしでいたいなら一生そうしてれば、他人の身代わりとして一生いじめられる。
It's out. The tsundere is out. She's very happy. Oops.
お人よしが過ぎるわ。
I missed a little bit. After venting her anger, the culprit who got Seele in trouble retreated to subconsciousness and left her self-reflecting. That was her final mumble before returning to the darkness. How sweet. There was another one, right? This one.
怒ってるの？怒ってない。ごまかさないでよ。ゼーレにはちゃんとわかるんだから。
After the experiment went terribly wrong, she was transformed into quantum state and now drifting in the treacherous sea of quanta. This is after the X10 experiment. This is right after the that one part in Azure Waters manga.
これで気が済んだ。ごめんなさい。あなたも巻き込んじゃって。あの力、あなたにはまだ早いって言ったわよね。どうしていつもあなたに巻き込まれなきゃいけないのかしら。
I wonder why. And I think you very much know why. Red Seele.
はいはい。私たちは運命共同体だからしょうがないわね。
She doesn't sound mad. If you actually hear her, she doesn't sound like mad at all.
それで、これからどうするの？わからない。でも、ブロニャお姉ちゃんと約束したの。お姉ちゃんがゼーレを見つけてくれるって。ゼーレを海に連れて行ってくれるって。
Her voice is breaking. Her voice grew lower and lower into a sob.
もう泣かないでちょうだい。お姉様が見つけてくれたときに、この漁師の海が全部あなたの涙になってたら、笑われちゃうわよ。
Hearing this, Seele's welled-up tears were held back, and a soft smile floated up.
ありがとう。そうそう、ちゃんと感謝しなさいよ。私がいなかったら、カカリアに実験のことを説得できなかったし、私たちも。
Yeah. Like, how can I not root for like Red Seele as being like the winning heroine with this happening? They're holding hands.
そばにいてくれてありがとうって意味だよ。
My heart.
こうなったのはゼーレのわがままのせいだってわかってる。
I mean, she was being very stubborn about it, but she also did it to protect Bronya because of how dangerous X10 was. Hell, if Bronya actually did the X10 experiment first, she would have. It could have just made her completely disappear. She could have died off of it.
あなたがゼーレに傷ついてほしくないって思ってるのもわかってる。それでもあなたはゼーレに手を貸してくれて、ゼーレのそばにいてくれる。この漁師の海には何があるかわからないし、ブローニャお姉ちゃんがいつ見つけてくれるかもわからないけど、 あなたがそばにいれば全然寂しくないよ。バカセール。
She's very happy about it.
目を閉じて。
Kiss? Seele was confused, but she did so nonetheless. Units meant the other her was about to tap into her power. She wasn't able to harness yet.
できたわ。
The other her said to her after a while. Seele opened her eyes. Before her eyes, the previous chaos and darkness around her were replaced by a dimly lit room.
ここは？
So this is how this room was born. The room where the dark cell is always in. Just like sitting on that red chair with the balance right next to her.
私が作った空間。外の世界の干渉を受けないから、ある程度は安全よ。そうね。漁師の海にある小さな泡だと思えばいいわ。セーレのために作ってくれたの？は？泣き虫のために作ったなんて誰も言ってないでしょ。
We know the truth. You don't have to hide it. Well, maybe you have to hide it from her, but we know the truth. Don't worry about it, Red Seele.
漁師の海で誰にも邪魔されず眠りたいだけよ。お姉様がいつ見つけてくれるかわからないし。
So sweet. So sweet.
ありがとう。
I can't, man. I can't.
だからあなたのためじゃないってば。もういいわ。バカ相手に何を言っても仕方ないもの。あなたがいると本当に安心できる。少し休みなさい。あの実験の後、ずっと眠ってないでしょ。
With her mind at ease, she fell asleep soon.
本当にバカね。
But you love that idiot. Watching Seele fast asleep with a sweet smile, she found it hard to close her eyes. Their twisted fate aside, there was something else bothering her. Outside the room and within the sea of Quanta, she felt something sinister. Oops. 8 more stages. I missed it. Oh, I think I'll be able to actually finish it. Alright. The rusted tin glows, the children shout, the audience laughs, and lo! The odd eye pops out. There we go. That's our hint of what's going on right now. Bronya and Seele. Gosh, that was so sweet, man. Ah, it's so good. Stretch. I am absolutely and completely in love with the Seele kind of thing. I'll say it again because I think I said it before. Seele Bronya is like a very, very popular thing. I know of it. But Seele is just like another... It's something else. I root for this Seele. You will touch Cabo, you will not touch. You only see, no touch. Touch is bad. What's up, Aaron? All was quiet. The usually crowded hallway was vacant. Very much so. Seele knew Bronya was trying to ease the tension. The warm childhood memory made her lips curve into a smile. You just got done arguing with some insults? Oh my! Have you come to distress yourself over here?
がらないで。緊張して手汗が止まらない。
Right, Seele. Okay. Kinda weird, but okay.
ブローニャお姉ちゃんは緊張したりするの？ええ、もちろんしますよ。
Bronya replied gently.
アインシュタイン博士が具体的な計画を考えてくれましたが、敵の情報はまだ完全ではありません。予想外のことはいつでも起こり得ます。
To minimize the risks, Dr. Einstein evacuated all personnel in the base. Mechas couldn't be counted on either. They were transferred to a distant warehouse. Considering the advance notice might be a trap, Kiana followed Teresa to ensure personal safety. As for Seele and Bronya, who had fought the puppets before, they were stationed at the base to stand guard.
それでも、ブローニャたちは全力で戦わないといけません。ゼーレは普段の訓練をちゃんとクリアしていますから安心してください。漁師の海にいた時もゼーレはブローニャを救ってくれたではありませんか。あれは。
Oh?
あら、ゼーレはすごいわね。全部ゼーレ一人のおかげよね。
Oh my. The other Seele was making fun of her in her head.
どうかしたんですか、ゼーレ。なんでもないよ。ブローニャお姉ちゃんに話したいことがあるの。何ですか？ブローニャお姉ちゃんには個人にいた頃に教えるべきだったんだけど。ちょっと、ゼーレ。
Is it time for the reveal?
漁師の海で生きてこれたのも、お姉ちゃんを助けたのも、本当はゼーレ一人の力じゃないの。
Oh?
ちょっと、バカゼーレ。今はそんな話をしてる場合じゃないでしょ。
She's embarrassed.
待ってください。
Adorable. And of course, someone comes to interrupt us.
何か言います。あれは倉庫にあった廃棄された気候。まだ残ってたの？でもあんな風にボロボロになった気候を操って何ができるの？基地が破壊されないようにまずは気候を鎮圧しましょう。博士たちが悲しまないといいんですが。まったく毎回変なものばかり使うわね。
Yeah.
支配の律じゃ嫌なやつだわ。
Herrscher of dominance.
あれは。
While the guy in the questions video was generally well received, he got erased by countless remixes, also known as replies by the video, like YouTube's short. It's so creepy. Never seen those kind of videos before. Give me a second. There we go. Of course it's a trap. A spatial crack. Ooh, it's transparent. When in doubt, hit it. And of course it was a bad idea. Alright, but seriously, when you're in doubt with something, do not hit it. It's never good. Not much. It seems that we're back into the great theater of domination. I was going to call it theater of dominance.
これはゼレ、まずいよまずいよ、姉妹がまた離れ離れになったよ。
Shimai, sisters.
人形、いや、律者ですね。
Also, this is a new puppet.
ようこそ我が支配劇場へ。
Or maybe this is Mirror Rimmer?
本日の司会の
Can't remember.
ジェリー・バーベルだ。
Nope, Jerry Barbara.
皆さんお静かに。第1幕がもうすぐ始まるよ。同時に断りの律者の終幕でもある。
へー。
ここがゼーレの言ってた支配劇場。この感覚、
The finale of the Herrscher of
初めて
Reason.
入った時と似ていますが、どこか違うような。ここは現実とも漁師の海とも違う。
Also, loads of props. Like, I know I'm a weeb, so I have like a big bias towards this, but Japanese voice actors are so damn good. Like, all the voices that are the puppet voice actors actually, like, all the tones that she's like using, all the different like ranges, the voice range. That's actually what I was looking for. The voice range from the voice actors is insane.
ちょっと何キョロキョロしてるの？ああ、あの臆病者の妹を探してるんだね。安心して、誰もここから逃げられないよ。彼女はあなたと違って役に立つから、したりはしない。
But unlike you, she hasn't outlived her usefulness, so I'm guessing that they still want the red Seele. For some reason.
しばらくはね。やっぱりゼーレもこの劇場のどこかにいるんですね。さてさて、そろそろ皆さん待ちわびてることでしょう。本日の主役をご紹介します。断りの律者、崩壊の一人目の裏切り者、虫けらどもの文明の守護者。
The protector of the worm civilization.
目の前にいるこのお嬢さんが一番失敗してる。
Are we sure that we didn't get the name of the Herrscher wrong? This seems like she's just the Herrscher of trash talk. Because that's all she's doing! Ever since Seele came here, it's like, oh, that's all she's doing, just like trash talk anyone on sight.
まずは彼女の人生を振り返ってみよう。
Yeah! And she's still going.
ブローニャ在地区シベリア出身。ハイライトまで飛ばそうか。言葉にする価値もない病床生活を経た後、彼女はめでたく断りの律者となった。
Fast forward to the highlight. After a few days in a sick bed, she became the Herrscher of Reason. Wow! That was quick and a very, very quick explanation. Nice going there, Herrscher of Trash Talk.
しかし、その律者コアを手に入れた後、彼女は一度も勝っていないのだ。
Wait, no, she won a battle. Against Tlaloc. She beat Tlaloc.
ヨルムンガンドのリーダーに負け、漁師の海に囚われ、四季の律者を前にした時なんてそのまま気絶した。
Alright, those things need to happen, okay? It's not her fault.
おっとすまない。
あ
司会者は笑っちゃダメだった。つい我慢できなかったよ。
This Herrscher really has a personality. I mean, the Herrscher of Sentience also had a really big personality. Gonna boil my noodles in sweet tea. Huh?
しかし皆さん、彼女は自分がすごいと思ってるようだ。
Is that even good? Does this taste good? Noodles in sweet tea?
彼女が今日までやってこれたのは、ただ運が良かっただけ。たまたま律者コアを手にすることができたから。
Hmm.
彼女の同級生を見てみよう。彼女より弱いやつなんている？彼女は
ベルトの名前を受け継ぐに値しない存在。
She even failed to succeed the wealth name?
よくわかってますね。まるでずっと見てきたかのようです。
司会者として登場人物の情報を予習するのは当たり前だよ。安心して言い間違えたりしないよ。
Are you sure about that?
でさ、そのコアがなかったら、あなたも私たちと同じ存在でしかないんだ。
I'm kidding, but I'm gonna toss chili water into the pot to see if it actually tastes good with spicy. I do like me some spicy noodles.
もし私に断りの律者のコアがあったら、あなたよりずっとうまくやれる。式の律者なんて会った瞬間バイクで引いてやったよ。
Talking about the bike.
やれやれ。いっそコアを私に渡してくれたら、私が代わりに崩壊と戦ってやろうか。どう？
You already have a core, although a very minuscule one. You'll be fine with that one. You don't need another one.
トークショーは終わりましたか？ジェリー・バーベラ。ブローニャの記憶が正しければ、この名前は失踪者リストにあります。あまり知られていないコメディ役者です。
An unsuccessful comedian. That explains the way that she's speaking.
あなたは彼を演じてるんですか？それとも
Oh, Jerry's a him.
あなたが
Never
彼
mind.
なんですか？
おいおい、あなたの失敗まみれの人生をきれいにまとめてやったのに、感謝の言葉もないの？
そうですね。ありがとうございました。
Well said.
あなたのおかげでいろいろわかりました。この一連の事件に対しても答えがわかりましたよ。
That actually sounds kind of tasty. Having those like spicy noodles. Never tried chili water though.
なんだと？
ただ、このコアは渡せない。ブローニャにはまだコアが必要です。
Actually, it's making me kind of hungry.
それに、そもそもジョークを言うのに律者コアは必要ないですよね。
演目開始。ご覧ください。これが裏切り者の姿。これが断りの律者の結末だ。
The Swan Song. Isn't Swan Song supposed to be like the final song?
落ち着いて敵の構造を解析して、敵の弱点。この人形は感情的です。このチャンスを利用して情報をもっと手に入れないと。いや、
バイクはどうしたんだ？式の律者みたいにバイクから引きずり下ろしてやるよ。
相手は空の律者じゃないから空間を操る力はないはずです。この劇場はある力のもしゼーレもあの隙間に巻き込まれたのなら、この劇場のどこかにいるはず。戦闘中はなるべく移動を多くしましょう。ゼーレと合流できる。
What's really nice here is that she's actually like using all the things that that Walt tried to like teach her about, just like waiting and just like analyzing the enemy in order to be able to find their weakness. What are you doing to your poor stove?
何逃げてるんだ。この劇場からは出られないよ。逃げ回るな。ここはウサギの巣穴じゃないんだ。
あなたよりウサギの方がずっと可愛いです。解析完了。
そろそろ
Oh?
エンディングの時間だ。
同感です。そろそろ茶番を終わりにしましょう。
It better be the right on quote. There's no quote, damn it.
あー、痛い。殺すつもりで殴ってきたな。
And very much so. We do want to kill you.
ひどいよブローニャ。何が正義の味方だよ。
Says you.
でもこの時を待ってたんだ。
A cage. If she had this power from the start, why did she not use it against the Red Seele? Was it because the actual objective of The actual objective was actually Bronya? And that's why she was hiding this attack?
観客の皆さんも待ちくたびれたかな。今、私の犠牲で皆さんに終幕を。断りの律者に死刑を宣告しよう。ジ・エンドだ。
Hmm? Wait, no way Bronia's gonna lose this battle as well. I like having terrible sleeping schedule because it makes eating in moderation much easier. I eat dinner, then pass out at 4 a.m. before I eat breakfast, so I wake up at like 11, 12. So then I'm eating my first meal halfway through the day. I don't think that's how it's supposed to work, though. A sharp pain sent Bronya kneeling to the ground. The pain wasn't fatal, but somehow she felt a part of her soul was ripped off. Meanwhile, every weapon she constructed in the battle vanished. The core was taken. Bronya put her hand on her chest to confirm something. The core was still there, right where it should be, but just not currently in the Herrscher of Reason form. And she did mention that the weapons went away. Seele!
爆発音を聞いて駆けつけたんだけど、何があったの？セーレ、無事でよかったです。ブローニャは平気です。ただ、断りの律者の力が使えません。コアがまだ体にあるのは感じます。ただ、あの人形に攻撃されてから力がどんどん消えていって。
But her power had somehow drained away after being attacked by the puppet.
まずい。敵は予想よりもずっと危険です。あの人形は消えました。早くここを脱出しましょう。
This place looks crazy. From like this point of view. I like that the way that they made this place. What's the puppet?
これは別の人形？でも攻撃してくる気配はないみたい。油断しないでください。罠かもしれません。
I mean, I guess everything is a trap with this puppet. Now, who are you, right? Jerry Barbara? John Doe? Mina Reamer?
罠。
None of them.
罠ね。そうだ、全部罠だ。私が冷遇されたのも孤立したのも仲間外れにされたのも罠だ。大変な作業ばかり押し付けてきて、昼食だって私の分が一番少ない。
Here it is. Everyone takes away from me, isolates me, and leaves the hardest work to me. Even at lunch, I get less food than the others.
もうやってらんない。復讐してやる。私がいなくなったら会社がどんな風になるか、あいつら全員に思い知らせてやる。後悔させてやる。
The voice range in this voice actor is so good. And we were on the other side before we were over here. There we go. All the debuffs are up. And it's done. Alright, what's next? Now we're even further from it. We were like really close, probably in like that part that I was just like pointed out. We're just like teleporting to like random places. And who are you?
また変えるの？もう何回変えたと思ってるの？
It's another puppet, different from all the others.
大きくすると同時に小さくする。何が彩り豊かな黒よ。自分で描いてくれる。もういい。もういいよ。諦める。私には才能がない。デザイナーなんてなるんじゃなかった。生まれてこなければよかった。
A designer and getting asked to do these things, this is probably like the nightmare clients that you would have if you're being like a designer or like some sort of like artist. Oh, make it bigger but smaller. Oh, make it vibrant black. It's just like, what are those things? But all these puppets still seem like awfully normal. Just like the characters that they're like playing. One of them, it seemed like the other one was like a company worker. And that one's like a designer. Then there's Jerry Barbara, who was an unsuccessful comedian. They're not like people of power. They're just random people. What's next? Who's next? Oh, we're right above it. I think we were over here before. Very, very far back.
知ってるの。お父さんもお母さんもおじさんもおばさんもお姉ちゃんの方が好き。できるお姉ちゃんがいて、お前も喜べっていつも言われてきたから。先生たちもお姉ちゃんの方が好き。いつもお姉さんは正解できるのに、どうしてあなたはできないのって言われる。
This is probably like the worst. Having a sibling and your sibling being like very, very like successful or being like very smart or very talented in general, and getting like compared to that sibling over and over and over again. Your sister got everything right. Why can't you? It's probably like the worst thing that you can probably say to a person.
プレゼント選びだっていつもお姉ちゃんが先に選んで、私は残り物ばかり。私はお姉ちゃんの影なわけじゃない。
Aaron, chill.
お姉ちゃんが消えたら、お父さんもお母さんも私を愛してくれるかな。お姉ちゃんが消えてくれればよかったのに。どうしてまだ消えないの？
All these puppets have some like really, really high level of like, they're all very, very negative about stuff. They hate like the world around them, and this might be why they're actually just like targeting the other Seele. Because the other Seele is just like the entirety of Sele's negative emotions.
大獣律者、人間ではありません。奴らは人類の思考を盗み、人類を模倣しているだけ。崩壊の意志によって操られている人形に過ぎません。
So maybe that's what they meant when they said you're just like us, because they're just like negative, absolute like negativity, in like a puppet. And also maybe this is what you meant when you said that they were alive, but they were dead, but also alive, Strom. They're puppets who steal human minds. They steal the mind and then mimic their human behaviors in the name of Honkai, causing chaos.
でも人形たちが話した経
Like
験
trash talking people.
普通はゼーレたちの知らない誰かの身に起きたことだよね。その人の心には絶望が。ゼーレ、惑わされてはいけません。誰にだって辛い経験や悲しい記憶はあります。それでも幸せや感動、楽しい時だってあるんです。でもこの人形たちは違います。奴らはまるで負の感情を無限に増幅した極端な姿です。惑わされてはいけません。
Every human being has their painful and sad moments, but also happy and joyful ones. But this, like, puppets are just being this, cutting this out. They're just the painful moments and the sad moments just being completely personified from like a person after getting killed and getting mimicked. Their minds stolen by the puppet, by the Herrscher of the Legion Herrscher.
ここにも出口がない。どういうこと？ここの空間はつながっていないみたいです。あっちに行ってみましょう。
Oops, I missed the portal. I'm guessing this is the next stage.
ここは最初ゼーレが入った時の場所。ゼーレたち元の場所に戻ってきたってこと？
With the theater right in front, yes.
どうしよう、出口が見つからない。大丈夫、他に方法があるはずです。人形が隙間を開けてブローニャたちを招き入れたからには、きっとこの劇場から出る方法もあるはず。
And we also managed to get out once when both of the cells were like stuck inside of the theater of domination.
ブローニャお姉ちゃん、気をつけて。人形が増えた？楽しい楽しい、新しいおもちゃは楽しい。
Creepy dolls. And Tesla did mention them. Every single one of these dolls is supposed to be weak by themselves, but they have like the strength in number, and there's more like behind them. Behind like this doll, there's like more behind this. There's like another doll right here, and maybe even more and more and more. It's supposed to be like 1,000 people. Gary's sacrifice. Another doll? Another puppet? Ugh.
つまんないな。使いこなせてないからよ。次は私の番。わあ、チェーンソーだ。すごい。
A knife and then a chainsaw.
どうして？あれは断りの律者の力。
Oh, something was pulled out from her. Something like her soul. The Herrscher of Reason's core is still within Bronya, but they're using the ability of the Herrscher of Reason. Well, right now, Bronya has her like powers like sealed. Is this what you meant, Strom? You mentioned that they were like strong, that they had like a very, very strong power. Is this it? Stealing the power from other Herrschers? あなたたち。気づいた。ちょっと借りただけよ。ケチね。 Yeah, That's why I'm guessing that you're saying that they're OP, because right now we have the Herrscher of the Void with the numerous gems inside of Kiana still. And who else do we have? I mean, it's the Herrscher of the Void with the power of wind and fire, right? They can easily steal other Herrscher's powers and use it as their own. You're paying the price yourself. Oh, using the powers of a Herrscher brings Honkai corruption into their bodies. So the more that they use Bronia's ability, she has to suffer the side effects of being corrupted by Honkai. Would that also mean if they would manage to actually steal the power of the Herrscher of the Void, they'd be able to like use a bunch of the power and wake Sirin up? Because if I remember correctly, Kiana has to like limit the amount of power that she lets out, because if she uses too much, she'll start getting corrupted by Honkai, which leads to like giving an opening to Sirin, right? That's the deal with like Sirin right now, and Kiana, right? Steal the power of the Herrschers and use it for themselves. I mean, she just said it. She just said it. I'm pointing at the screen right now. She just said it. This is like the big deal. And I don't even know what would even happen if they tried to actually go after Mei. Because currently she's like in full control of her Herrscher powers, but what would happen if she just like used too much of it? So we don't know the consequences of her using her power too much. We only know the consequences for Bronia, because she's pretty much like a human borrowing the power of the Herrscher core, and Kiana, because of the things that have already happened. But can we stop them? That's because the core didn't accept them yet? Oh, unlike Mei. So that's why when Jerry Barbara was talking trash to Bronia, she mentioned at one point something around the likes of not accepting, not being like a successful, what's the word for it? Not taking up the wealth name, something like that. And that being like one of her failures. I mean, it is true that she found some sort of like weakness, and she found like a spot to actually try and attack, but the moment that she actually used all her power, she activated the Herrscher of recent core, and then her like power got like stolen up or something like that. Like they were like Jerry Barbara was baiting Bronia to pull out the bike. 10,000 health. I guess it's time to have an escort mission. Everyone loves escort missions, right? Pain. They deal a lot of damage. Veronia, a little hand over here, please. There's a weakness in the Herrscher power you'll see later. I mean, yeah, I guess. I guess we'll see you later. Because we need to defeat it in some way, shape, or form. Oh, there we go.
ゼーレ、あれは出口が見つかったの？いいえ、でもかなり近いです。この空間には不安定で脆い箇所があります。そこを集中攻撃すれば出口を作れるかもしれません。
The same way that we got in by attacking a crack in the space.
本当によかった。じゃあ早く。許せない、許せない、許せない。
More. My game audio's cut out. Is it? On the stream end? It's cutting out? That's weird. I wouldn't know why that's happening. I'm not dropping frames. Everything should be working. I don't know, mine is normal. Yeah, because I'm not losing frames and I'm not dropping below my gigabytes per second. Might be your internet, Aaron. Like if it was the same for everybody, if it was like bad for everybody, then it'd be on my side. And if I also saw something on like my OBS, it'd be like on my side. But if it's like okay for like Strom and you lied for fun. You little shit. Bro lied for fun. I said I lied for fun and you missed it. Of course I missed it. I was just like checking everything to see if everything was like working well. This is like the big streamer fear of just like something not working and just being absolutely confused as to why it would be, because it's nothing. It's like you're looking for like a diagnosis of like what might be going on, and it's just like nothing's like checking nothing's like out of normal, so you're just like, what the hell could it be? Actually, one of the streamers that I watch has like a little like on Twitch has a redeem for channel points where it's just supposed to be like a quote-unquote crash, where it's just like their model starts to just like sort of just like spazzing out. Well, not spazzing out, but it's just like as if I was dropping frames. It's just like teleporting around as it's like moving, and it like scares that streamer as well. It's because it's like you're scared that it's actually crashing, that something's like going wrong. Also, it's not April Fools. What are you doing fooling me out of April Fools? Hey. If they're trying to hammer us all of a sudden, then that means that we actually did indeed find an exit to this place and they're trying to stop us. No, never.
決まった台本だ。誰も逃げられない。逃げてはならない。逃げることは許されない。どうして無駄な抗いをする？どうして無意味な反抗を続ける？あなたたちは支配劇場の人形なのに。
No, you guys are the puppets. We're getting out.
人形呼ばわりされるとは皮肉です。あなたたちにブローニャお姉ちゃんは傷つけさせないよ。
Even though she was already hurt. Watch out for attacks from the course. I'm gonna guess it's that one. Well, at the very least, those like little extra attacks that they're throwing out at me help me get more of the bar so I can stay in my ult form.
でもそれはあることを証明しています。ブローニャたちの判断が正しいということを。あそこから外に出られるのは間違いありません。だから慌ててブローニャたちを攻撃してくるのでしょう。
Yep.
きっとゼーレたちが怖いんだね。このチャンスをものにしないと。ブローニャお姉ちゃん、その手。
Hate when Bronya is floating. She's always floating. What do you mean? That's right. Those monsters that they're throwing against us are actually sculptures getting controlled by the cores. But it's not like they're supposed to have like an infinite amount of like sculptors, so they're creating more and more sculptors to control and then throwing them at us, which is using the Herrscher of Reason's power. And because they're using the Herrscher of Reason's power, Bronya is getting Honkai corruption. It's like Honkai scars. Oh wait, no, I'm wrong. The space is corrupting Bronya's body. Huh. Oh, okay, so the Herrscher core is giving her a higher resistance to Honkai corruption, but now that she doesn't have like the power of the Herrscher core, she's being corrupted because this area is supposed to be like 100% like Honkai. I mean, she didn't go broom broom and she's slow like turtle. Indeed she is. Those like stages when you actually have to use like the floating Bronya to like move around. When she doesn't have like the dodge move and she has like the block move, the parry move, she's like really slow. Next stage.
Destination lock on. 見つけました。あそこです。あの台はゼーレが初めて支配劇場に入った時にいた場所。やっぱりあそこは特別だったんだ。あそこが支配劇場の本当の出口かもしれない。許せない。
Shut up, puppet.
向こうも簡単に逃がしてくれるつもりはないようですね。
Uh-oh. I got stunned. Oh, she got more health. She was at 10,000 before. She's at 11,500. And going down. This is why everyone hates escort missions. And she doesn't... No, this is the worst. She doesn't move if I'm not close to her. Come on, Bronya. Bronya! Please. Right. They're all dead. They're all dead. I have to be so close to her to actually move. And it attacks her? What do you mean? If you die, the Valkyrie's use will cool down for 1 whole day. So it's like the open world one. Because yesterday I played it to get my adventure task, and I think my May died. Ow. Bronya? Bronya! Oh god. Okay, they're all dead. Go, Bronya, go. Bronya, please. Bronya, please. Oh, there we go. I guess it was waiting for that. Right, so I was using, I was doing my adventure task, and my right and May died. And then when I wanted to do something else on the open world, it said that I had to wait for like a day for her to like come back to life. Keep attacking the weak point. Here. I mean, I guess it's fine. I barely die. I don't think... I can't remember the last time that I ended up dying. I mean, it's fair. If they stay here, they get corrupted, they get turned into zombies, and they can get turned into, like, puppets. It's a very big win for them. So it only took one hit from me to crack it. The first thing you need to do to become stronger is to know where you're the weakest. It's time for Red Seele to shine. After I'm done with whatever they want me to look at. Oops, that's not it. Double movie, one document. Oh! Yeah, I'm gonna be able to finish it now. If it's just like a document, 2 movies, and 3 more stages plus another movie, it should be pretty simple to actually... I should be able to finish this pretty fast. I think I'm gonna go over my usual time, but if I'm able to finish it, then yeah, I don't mind. Because I don't want to just like stop in like 23:17. You're level 78? Yeah, I'm level 78. Is that surprising? I did have a sensei. The sensei thingy gave me a lot of experience. In this room, hardly anything interesting would happen. Or anything at all. I actually leveled up really fast while playing the game. You're only level 60? How? I've only been doing like my dailies and playing like the main story, and I've gotten to like this level. It doesn't seem like very difficult to actually level up. When Seele was awake, she would occasionally chat with the other her, or play chess together. But the waiting turned out to be far longer than Seele expected. So she decided to kill most of the time in her dreams. At least, she might be able to reunite with Bronya if her dream happened to be a sweet one. But time flew a little bit differently for the other her. She sensed something dark and evil the moment they were sent into the Sea of Quanta. Something that reminded her of a vicious snake lurking in the cave. She did mention this at the end of the last document. Or at the end of the last novel. I don't know if I should just call them documents or novels. When the snake began to speak to her, she wasn't surprised in the slightest. I wonder who this could be. A snake in the Sea of Quanta? Sounds awfully familiar. You possessed unusual power. The eerie voice and the message it carried broke into her mind without permission. She didn't like it. She didn't like anyone or anything that could intrude into this private space. But you're trapped here now. But you're trapped here now. She was wary and vigilant. She was faced with an incredible powerful being. Before the pressure coming from the depth of the sea was already disconcerting. Now it became suffocating with the enemy at the door. Seele was still sound asleep. The enemy has come onto my turf. I might be able to stall the enemy and buy some time. I don't like meaningless conflict. Make a deal with me and become a magical girl. A mutually beneficial one. I can get you two out of this place. You know, it's crazy to think that a being as powerful as Kevin has to do this in order to get out. I guess the thing that the Pioneer did was just like strong enough. Bro is Asaka from Demon Slayer, or Kyubey from Madoka. She was made an offer she couldn't refuse. The snake waited patiently for her reply. Yes. The snake imprinted the terms on her mind, clear and concise. This is evil, by the way. We're able to understand anything that Kevin is saying, but the moment that the terms are coming out, we can't understand it. This is just like a full-on unknown of what Kevin actually asked of her to get out. Your choice. Her choice was up to her? She couldn't believe what she just heard. If the deal was valid, it stood for the best chance for Seele and her to get what they both wanted. But could she pay the price? Could she really strike a deal with the treacherous snake behind Seele's back? The snake quietly waited in the darkness, waiting for its proposal to sink into her mind. Surely it could afford to wait. Time was abundant in the Sea of Quanta. She spat out this word, having thought long and hard. she continued.
約束は必ず守ってもらうわ。
Hearing this, the unexpected guest left the room without saying a word. Left the room, so it actually went inside of the this like area, this like bubble universe that Red Seele created. As if to show its good faith, the suffocating pressure was also gone.
蛇と取引ね。
She retracted her sharp claws. Should I tell Seele or not? She hesitated. The farmer and the snake, the hunter and the snake. Every story she had heard from the orphanage didn't seem to end well whenever a snake was involved. Even the religious ones. She began to question the decision she just made when she laid her eyes on Seele's face again.
いつかゼーレとヘビって偶話ができるかもね。
She clenched her fists. But in exchange for a solid chance to get Seele out of here. Ah, no! She wouldn't mind something snake. Missed the last part. Maybe it was something like she wouldn't mind having to deal with the snake or something like that. We know from the main story that Red Seele actually told Seele about the plan. When they were in World 3 and when Bronya got out of World 3, they talked about it. Just a very small bit that they actually had like this like plan with the snake. If I remember correctly. Alright, no more jabbing. Into the movie.
あなたって人は本当にいつも予想の斜め上を行くんだから。
When was the last time that we saw this Seele smile? Look at this sweet smile that she has. Also, Seele having her like own seat, her own like blue seat, and they're being like this close to like each other.
体の主導権を私に渡すなんて、そんなに私を信頼してるの？
Stuff like that has already happened before, right?
もちろんだよ。最初からあなたを信頼してるもん。
Although I guess, maybe she's not saying. Maybe it's not like full body control. It's just like slight body control, getting turned over to her so she can do what she needs to be done, and then go back immediately into this Seele.
だってゼーレはずっとあなたを見てきたから、あなたがゼーレを見てきたようにね。だから今回は体を完全にあなたに渡して、ゼーレはしばらく意識の一番深いところで眠るつもり。
Yeah, she had control, but she didn't have total control.
そうしたらゼーレに負担をかける心配もなく、思いっきり力が使えるでしょ？ちょっとゼーレ、自分が何言ってるかちゃんと分かってるの？こんなタイミングで私が表に出たら、周りの人が私の存在を知ってしまうわ。
It doesn't matter. She was already gonna be telling Bronya about your existence. It doesn't matter.
いいの。前からみんなに紹介したかったから。化け物だって嫌われて疎まれるかも。そうしたら後悔することになるわよ。
People with different personalities in their head, she wouldn't be the only one. There's other people like that. They wouldn't think of her as a freak.
きっとみんなは受け入れてくれるよ。みんながゼーレを受け入れたように。
And they're all nice people. Every single one of her friends are nice people.
主導権を完全に私に渡したら、しばらくは前みたいに強制的に人格を切り替えられなくなるわ。知ってるよ。
Well, this is what I tell you that there's a spoiler in Seele's One Day Adventure. It's about this scene. So you thought this scene was like farther in the arc? And that's why you thought that there was going to be a spoiler?
私が力を全部解放したら、何が起きるか私もわからないのよ。
That is true.
大丈夫。
But that is fine for her.
もし私が意識の奥にいるあなたを呼び覚ますことを拒絶したら、あなたは二度と目覚めることなく、永遠に眠ることになるわ。
You'd never be able to do that. You love Seele way too much to actually do that.
わかってるよ。 私が大暴れして大事な友達をいじめて大好きなブローニャお姉ちゃんにひどいことしても阻止できないわよ。
You'd never be able to do that. At most, maybe pulling a prank on Bronya. But you never hurt anyone else.
あなたはそんなことしない。信じてるから。
Give it up, Seele. Give it up.
あなたみたいな甘いおバカさんがどうやって今まで生きてこれたのかしら。あなたがいたから、ブローニャお姉ちゃんとキアナがいたから、そしてたくさんの優しい人たちがいたから、お互いの心を信じて守ってこれた。
You know, the music sounds like kind of like sad, but this is such a happy moment. This is such a nice moment.
しょうがないわね。
The same words that she said in that movie,
わかったわ。
if I remember correctly.
たかが扉でしょ。開けてみせるわ。扉がないなら自分で作るまでよ。全力を出してあげる。じゃあお願いね。あ、そうだ。まだ教えてくれてないよね。何のこと？前に聞いたでしょ。好きな名前を。
It's time? It's time to stop calling her Red Seele? Or Dark Seele? Or the other Seele? Are we finally gonna have a name?
あなたの好きな名前であなたを呼びたいの。ゼーレ。ゼーレはここにいるよ。だからそれが私の好きな名前よ。
I can't. I can't. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god. Here's the thing. The way that they oh god, give me a second. Fuck. It's out of my eyes. I can't let my tears roll out all the way to my cheeks or I'll start getting like dirty and I won't be able to like hide it later on. Ah, fuck. The way that she says it.
前に聞いたでしょ。好きな名前を。
How you like to name yourself? 好きな名前を. And it's the way that she says it right here.
だからそれが私の好きな名前よ。
It's the name that I like. She doesn't really say that's the name that I want to be called. It's the name that I like. Get it? Get it? Get it? The name that she likes. And it's not the name in itself because it's the person that is holding that name. I want to scream. I just want to scream. This can't get more sweet. Like I'm gonna have to go to the pharmacy for some insulin, like, after the stream is done because the sweetness in my blood is just like overpowering me. Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
わかった。一つの体を共有してるんだから名前を共有しても悪くないかなって思っただけよ。他の意味はないから。
Seele? Soon Seele? Or maybe I should call it the Seele Dere.
じゃあ、あとはお願いね、ゼーレ。はいはい、わかってるわ。任せなさい。
sorry about the wind. Something's missing here. Something's missing here. Ah, my heart. It's over for me. I'm die. Thank you forever.
お願い、ゼーレ。しょうがないわね。任せて。
You're not helping. With that scene, you're not helping.
さあ、遊びましょう。
Hey,
壊
hey.
されないようにね。
I can't stop. I just want to gush. I just want to talk. I want to praise. I want to say how much I like this. Like everything of this chapter. It's like there's like despair. There's like pain. There's like things happening. There's like absolute sweetness. There's the entire thing with both of the Seles. It's just like it's so good. It's so good. It feels so nice. My heart healed completely. The sweetness pouring into my just injecting straight into my veins already. Since you're already doing that without my consent. I just can't. It's so good. It's so good. It's so nice. The spoiler I mentioned is this full controlled red Seele. Ooh, oh my god. I can't. Are we sure that blue Seele is supposed to be the yandere? I know red Seele is tsundere as absolute hell, but you can't tell me that that doesn't give you like a feel of yandere, of like craziness. Like I'll eliminate anybody that goes against the one that I love, which would be quote unquote Seele, blue Seele. Ah, my lord. She put on her favorite red cloak and went to visit her grandma living in the woods. There's a thing to like look at the characters, right? There was a thing to look at the characters. I've used it before. Where is it? It's not here? I think it's supposed to be like right up here. Can I spin her? I cannot spin her. I love that. I love the complete swap onto red. Red eyes. The inner color is like completely red. She still uses a scythe. Also, what is this? Such a lewd clothing. Long hair. I love the long hair. I'm fine with any type of like hair, but just like seeing the difference of Seele with short hair and then seeing Seele with long hair, it's really nice. I really like it. I shall confirm this team. Alright, show me what you got, Seele. Another thing, when she's talking while inside the body of inside of the mind of Seele, she had like some sort of like effect in her voice. She doesn't have it anymore. This is her real voice. She has like no after effects in her voice.
全力で私を楽しませなさい。おもちゃが壊れたらゴミ箱に捨てられるわよ。
I'm in love.
私たちは倒れない。私たちはまだたくさんいるから。
This like super rough, aggressive personality that Seele has while being outside of the while being in control of the body is bellissimo.
聞いて、観客たちの歓声や拍手を。この演目は最後まで続けさせてもらう。いいでしょ。ただ、私のギャラは高いわよ。あなたたちの命で支払ってもらう。
And she's got that sass from how nice Seele is into just like throwing out this like sort of like sass, being able to like talk back to the Herrscher of trash talk.
それはそうと、この人形たちは一体何なの？神出鬼没で死を恐れない。
By the way, she didn't say this.
落としても下から這い上がるし、一体倒せば10体湧いてくる。
Pretty sure she only said this part. She didn't actually say this.
一体誰が操ってるの？
Localizers.
姿を見せないなんて。まさか本当に1000体も倒さないといけないの？はあ、いけない。どうでもいいことにとらわれるところだったわ。誰かさんのバカ真面目なところが映ったのかしら。こんなことを考えるなんて。
You know, this is when if it was like some sort of like other game, it would be I'm not like that soft idiot, and there'd be like a little heart at the end of it.
自分自身の正体も気にしない私があんな奴らを気にしてどうするの？何者か知らないけど全員死になさい。
Wait, actually, I noticed something weird. Give me a second. It's still working, right? Yeah, it is still working. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I just needed to check that real quick.
逃げられないよ。演目は始まった。誰も離れられない。
She's got moves! Huh?
クラゲ？漁師の影も召喚できるの。可愛らしいおもちゃね。私に対してそんな手を使うなんて考えが甘いわ。
That attack? Insane. I love it. And this too. Using a claw to pull. Like, this is also what I mean. This is like a new character that has been like shown in the game, and they're letting me play her. And her animations are absolutely insane. Oh. Alright, so it goes from a single attack. Whatchamacallit? That also changes? Okay, yeah, it swaps. It changes. So in normal form, when I use this attack, it only does one attack. But if she's in old form, and I do it and I hold, it does a bunch of different. It just does like a rampage of attacks. Lily. Don't forget that if you press Alt again, she'll release her finisher. Alright. Thanks for the tip. Is she like the Rita one? Because Rita also has that thing where she has like a finisher to her ult. but it turns off the ult. Does the is it like a true finisher, as in it finishes the ult transformation? That's what I was thinking about. That was the word that I was actually trying to find. Snap. Yeah, something like that. Okay.
ダメでしょ。いつ喋っていいと言った？ ダメでしょ。いつ喋っていいと言った？
Oh my, oh my. I love her.
ごちゃごちゃうるさいのよ。いちいち言葉を2回繰り返すなんてしつこいわね。おもちゃはおもちゃらしく、静かにしてた方が好かれるわよ。
And this is actually ASMR. She whispers it.
ダメでしょ。いつ喋っていいと言った？
I love her. I love this Seele.
でもよかったわ。あなたのことを探してたの。自分から来てくれるとはね。
I mean, I love adorable Seele a lot. She's a must protect. But this is the oh no, she's gonna break me kind of Seele. Which is really nice. In the way that it's like a different character. Of course.
私のことをなんて言ったかしら。ああ、思い出したわ。いらないと臆病者、かわいそうって言ったわね。
Damn these lines that they gave this girl. What did you call me last time? Ah, I remember now. Of course she remembers. And the way that she says it.
いい度胸してるじゃない。そのおめでたい頭がどうなってるのか、切り開いて見てみたいわ。
Jesus.
どうして認めないの？リリーが言ったのは全部事実だよ。いくら慰め合ってもあなたはあなた、彼女は彼女だって知ってるくせに。彼女のお姉ちゃんや友達、彼女を大事に思う人たちは同じ目であなたを見ると思う？
You cannot breed the red. The bread will break you. You know how people ask and say, I will fix her? Well, this time, she's gonna break you. And that's the end of it. There ain't no fixing. The only one that's gonna need fixing is you in the hospital.
ありえない。あなたと彼女は違う。あなたは危険で異常な、ただの怪物だよ。ブローニャはもうすぐ来る。彼女があなたを見たらどんな反応すると思う？あなたは自分自身も変えられないくせに、他人からどう見られるかを変えられるの？できない。できっこないよ。
Swear, let me check something. Should be working. Is it possible that... No, it is working. Never mind. That's weird.
あなたたちと友達になるつもりはさらさらないわ。どうしてかわかる？
Okay, it is working. It's kind of weird.
あなたが嫌いだからよ。しつこくてバカみたいな話し方で耳障りな声を聞いただけで気分が悪くなる。
Damn. Damn.
配色も関節も仮面も気色悪いし。
And she's not done.
わけのわからないそれがもっと気色悪い。キャベツに変えた方がまだ可愛げがあるかもしれないわね。
The cabbages on your head.
あなたを見てるだけで気分が悪くなる。だから今すぐに地獄に送ってあげるわ。
Someone stop her.
消えることが今の
Poor Lily is already dead. Please stop, Seele. Anything more, it's already overkill. Ooh. She's perfect. She's absolutely perfect. Oh my god. That victory animation, her placing her fingers on her lips. I'm just holding my arms up. It's just like my hands are up. I'm caught. What can I do? It's just she's too strong. Her character is too powerful. Also, pretty strange that it decided to like pull me out. That's the same thing. Yeah, I still have enough stamina. Chase after Puppet Lily. Wait, can I? I know this thing has range. Where is she? Oh, she's gone. That is true. We cannot fix her because she's already perfect. WE Captain? What's WE Captain? Alright, I got my ult. I can finally check on that finisher. If there are more enemies. Whoops, I broke them. Even better. Oh, we as the captains. Oh, wait. I was gonna try this. Of course it wouldn't work. Yeah, no. Okay, good thing there's another enemy. Perfection. Absolute perfection. They really leveled up with the design of like this character. They really leveled up with like her animations, everything about her. Everything about her is just like so good. In the Captain Burst show, they show that the captain can use the 9 divine keys easily. Oh. Also, music to my ears. The claw clutched the puppet, who was dangling like a doll in a claw machine. She really just knows how to use her words. Oh my gosh.
お人形さん嬉しい。でも遺言？まだ遺言を言う時じゃない。また会うことになるよ。ジョン・ドゥは死んだけどジョン・ドゥは生きてる。ミラリーモは行っちゃったけどミラリーモは彼女を連れ戻す。
It's the same thing that you just said, that you told me before. John Doe is dead, but John Doe is still alive.
かわいそうなジェリー・バーベラだけ。でも彼は偉大だ。光栄だ。彼は永遠に私たちの一部になれたから。
Only Barbara died. But why? Does that power of stealing the Herrscher, you stole that word, you stole the line. MiHoYo's calling. They want those copyright fees. That royalty. So whenever they use their power, they actually sacrifice that person, or they sacrifice that Herrscher core? Maybe? The puppet laughed, her eye patch trembling with her laughter, as if her eyes hidden behind were rolling eerily. Then good thing you have an eye patch.
リリーは人形じゃない。私たちは人形じゃないよ。私たちは人間。生きてる人間。人間は全部私たち。
Crack. The puppet's laughter stopped abruptly. Then her head fell down and rolled away into the bottomless abyss.
綺麗なお姉さん。忘れないで。忘れちゃダメ。私たちはずっとあなたのそばにいるよ。
Yeah, those are creepy. I can't deal with those. I can't deal with puppets. They're creepy, they're creepy, they're creepy. They are just creepy in general. I can't. I got chills. Oh, I did forget about that. The battery of my headset is running out slowly but surely. I gotta get to a dialogue scene. Because I completely forgot to charge my headset last night.
ちょっと遅れたけど、やっと目的地に着いたわ。
Just connected. Where is it? I never find like the spot where I'm supposed to connect it. Is this it? This is not it. Is this it? Found it.
少し寂しいけど、ここを出たら体を返すわ。
See this again? She doesn't say this. I'll see if she says it on the next line, but this is why there's like such like a big hate for like some localizers. Just like this, the fact that this is being added to the end of it changes the entire meaning of the line.
この機会にお姉様にいたずらでもしようかと思ったけど、まあいいわ。まだチャンスはあるもの。
It makes this line feel like much more aggressive than it's supposed to be.
さて、茶番もそろそろ終わりね。ゼレ。
Oh? She looked away and saw Brony on the other side of the platform approaching. Very slowly. Still love looking at her drills when she's like floating towards us.
あの人形に時間を使いすぎたわ。ちょうどよかった。やめようかと思ってたけど、自分から来たんだから私のせいじゃないわよね。ブローニャお姉ちゃん、どうしてここに？あっちの敵はもう倒したの？さすがお姉ちゃん。
Sasuga One-chan. I don't think I've ever heard Seele say that. Yeah.
お姉ちゃん？ゼーレをじっと見つめてどうしたの？あなたはゼーレじゃありません。 少なくともブローニャのよく知るゼーレじゃないです。
Good job, Sally. Your acting was terrible.
お姉ちゃんいきなりどうしたの？ゼーレはゼーレだよ。あなたのことは知ってます。漁師の海であなたはブローニャの前に現れました。ゼーレの中にいるもう一人のゼーレだとあなたは言いました。
Well, 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 she remembers.
覚えてるのね。ただのデタラメとして忘れてると思ったのに。ゼーレが話したことをブローニャは全部覚えてます。でも今は雑談している場合じゃありません。
The two glance at the platform in the center. Lines form intricate webs as they sprawled across the space. Ahead of the lines, puppets were massing.
今の優先目標は支配劇場を出ることです。人形たちが集まってきてるのはあの空間の隙間に近づいてほしくないから。つまりあそこが出口です。へえ、私と一緒に戦うの？前回会った時は敵同士だったのに。私を信じていいの？
If she remembers everything, then she'll remember that she was doing that to actually try and save Seele. If I remember correctly, she did mention that I have to do this to save Seele to get both of us out.
ゼーレが信じる相手に対してブローニャも 100% の信頼を寄せます。
I guess that's that too. There's that too.
いいわ。うっかり怪我しないようにね。
Oh! Bronya! Wrong way! Yeah, I don't think Bronya's doing too well. Oops. Gosh, she's so strong. There we go. Finally. Now hold. Alright, gotta check on the timer. And perfect. Oh, was this supposed to be just a survive? This was 100% supposed to be just a survive. I thought we had to do something else.
隙間が開きました。今です。急いで。サルトレイク基地、現実に戻りました。しかし。
But she felt like a piece of her body had been scooped out. Bronya could still feel the core inside her, but the bond between her and it had vanished. So even though we got out of it, they still have the power of the Herrscher of reason, and they still can just like make hell with it. But at the very least, from the things that they said, that like whole Honkai corruption that she was getting was from the actual area that she was inside of. It wasn't because they were using the Herrscher of reason's power. So she should be fine.
ここに人形があるわ。きっとジェリーとかいうやつでしょうね。
The puppet lying on the ground was already broken. Its mangled face was still wearing an unpleasant grin. She stepped on it in disgust. I wish that was me.
この死体を持って帰りましょう。私はそろそろ戻るから。あとはお姉様たちに任せるわね。待ってください。まだちゃんとした自己紹介をしてません。自己紹介？そんなのゼーレに聞けばいいでしょ。ブローニャお姉ちゃんの質問に答えないわけがないし。私をどう紹介するか聞いてみたいわ。いいえ、ブローニャはあなたの口から聞きたいんです。
Fair.
ゼーレに秘密があるのは知ってました。あなたの存在を知った時から不思議に思ってたことも説明がつきました。よく考えると孤児院にいた頃から ゼーレはたまにゼーレらしくないことをしてました。ブローニャの目はごまかせません。
例えば
ゼーレは普段好き嫌いしないのにあなたは好きなものだけ食べ、嫌いな食べ物はこっそり真の皿に入れてました。
I love her.
ゼーレは甘いものが好きですが、あなたは辛いものが好きです。スープ用のトマト缶がチリソースに変えられたことが何度もありました。あれも真の苦手なものです。
Well, now the thing is that I like both sweet and spicy. I mean, I guess I can like both of the sellers on this, like, both of the sellers' opinions on like food.
それと、ゼーレは読書が好きですが、あなたは本を読むと眠くなります。居眠りしてページをよだれで濡らすこともありました。
Yeah, so there were a lot of like times where they actually like shared the body or like they switch who was in control of the body. But the special thing about this is the full control that you mentioned. But yeah, I also get very sleepy with books. I've read books before, but it's just like it gets really tough.
待って、一体何を覚えてるの？
そういう変化は仕草でわかります。あなたとゼーレは性格も癖も全然違いますし、ぼーっとしてる時の仕草も全然違います。というより、こんなにわかりやすいのに気づかない方がおかしいくらいです。
ゼーレのやつ、こんなんでうまく隠せてると思ってたわけ？
Well, you weren't hiding it either.
ゼーレが知られたくないなら、わざとバラす必要はありません。でも、ブローニャはもう一度あなたに会って、あなたをもっと知りたいと思ってました。
Probably the best part out of this. Give me a second. I had to clear my throat.
あなたは一体誰ですか？
何を聞いてくるかと思ったらそんなこと。見ての通り、私は危険で、
Nope.
残酷で、
Nope.
共感や同情心のかけらもない
Nope.
怪物よ。
Lies, lies, lies.
私はもう一人のゼーレ。彼女の中にいて、成婚のせいで生まれた。原理的にはそうなってるけど、哲学的なことに関しては、私もうまく言えないわ。私は彼女と違う。余計なことは考えたくないし、何かを蹂躙する感覚だけを好むわ。敵でも味方でも、私の前にいたら、私のおもちゃよ。
Is she trying to make herself seem like more violent than she is? She does like taking the more direct approach, which would be like destroying things that are annoying to her, that are like in front of her, because she's like the aggressive Seele, but she's not as bad as she's making it seem from like her description.
だから慌てなくていいわ。お姉様のゼーレはあのゼーレのままよ。悪いことは全部私がしたことだから、彼女とは関係ないわ。
Also because she's all the negative emotions from Seele.
あれは悪いことではなく、あなたなりの守り方です。真に対する仕返しも、漁師の海で蛇と取引したのも、ゼーレを思ってしたことでしょう。ゼーレは戦いを好まないから、あなたが代わりに戦ってました。
Caught.
考えすぎよ。私はそんなに優しくないわ。ゼーレが死んだら、私も一緒に死ぬことになる。だから彼女を守ったのよ。
Seele, you're still lying.
私は本能に従ったまで。周りの大人が役に立たないせいで、ゼーレが苦労したから仕方なく協力したのよ。お姉様も反省してよね。
そうします。ゼーレのそばにずっといてくれて、ありがとうございます。
だから、礼はいらないって言ったでしょ。ゼーレにとって、お姉様こそが一番大事な人だから。私が体を支配するとき、ゼーレは眠ることになる。そんな時も、 彼女は夢の中でお姉様を心配して、名前を呼んでると思うわ。
How cute.
ゼーレにはお姉様に話したいことややりたいことがたくさんあるけど、肝心な時にいつもおどおどして言えないから、見てる側としてはいつももどかしいのよ。あ、なんなら今。まあいいわ。ゼーレはきっと怒るし、私が代わりに言っても面白くないもの。いつか本人が伝える日を待つことにするわ。
I mean, I still remember that there was like that one kiss in the manga, but it got completely like erased from like the entire existence of the game, as if it never happened. Probably because of certain rulings that the place that this game comes from has. A shame, but at the very least, GGC still has some of its special characteristics.
とにかくこれからもゼーレのことを頼むわ。はい、そうします。さて、もう戻っていいかしら。いつかまた会えますか？
Good question.
どういう意味？急に寂しくなったの？戦闘以外であなたはめったに出てきませんし、交流する機会がありません。あなたを知りたくてもゼーレが話さない限り何もできません。
Yeah, I also want her to show herself more to like the other people.
でも今日で思っていたことの答え合わせができました。周りの人が近づかないように、あなたはわざと嫌味を言って嫌なことをしました。でもそれはあなたの本心じゃありません。あなたはもう一人のゼーレ。あなたたちの本質は同じです。ブローニャは安心しました。私の理解が間違ってるのか、それともバカは本当に映るのか。どうしてゼーレの周りはこういう人ばかりなの？
I wonder why.
いいわ、勝手に思ってなさい。なんたってあなたはゼーレの一番大事なお姉様だもの。
I want the entire world to know about this cute Seele. This cute, aggressive Seele.
最後に一つだけ質問させてください。ブローニャはあなたをなんて呼べばいいですか？ゼーレでいいわ。それじゃあ区別できないわね。
Again, extra localization.
いっそ黒ゼーレと白ゼーレでどうかしら。ちょっと変わってるけど嫌じゃないから。
Dark Seele and Light Seele. But she also could have mentioned Black Seele and White Seele. I also like red and blue. Red and blue is like really nice as well. I mean, I was also calling her Dark Seele before, or Shadow Seele.
わかりました。でも今は普通の呼び方にしましょう。
I guess I can also call her the other Seele.
さよなら、ゼーレ。次に会うときはまたブローニャにあなたたちの話を聞かせてください。
And there we go.
これがゼーレの勝利よ。
In other words, I love you. As the song goes. Hot Seele and adorable Seele. You know that fits with the colors, red and blue? Because red is supposed to be like more aggressive. Or like more, it calls more like the attention of people. And blue is supposed to be like more mellow. You know? It fits. It actually does fit. And she also likes spicy food. Hot Seele likes spicy food. Hot stuff. There you go. It all fits. Everything is connected. Right, last movie. One day after the assault, Salt Lake Base.
やっと報告が終わったね。あの数時間でいろいろあったから、何か忘れちゃってないか不安だったよ。
忘れてはなかったけ
Huh?
謙虚すぎるのよ。自分の戦いぶりを何も伝えないなんて。どうして博士に言わなかったの？せめて劇場から逃げたところだけでも言えばよかったのに。
Her voice doesn't have the after effect. You play a big role, so why didn't you tell Dr. Einstein? At least the part where we fled the theater.
私が報告してたら、その倍くらいの時間になってたわ。
Just to make her shine even more.
あまり時間をかけたくなかったからそうしたの。でもあなたのことについてあんな風に報告して本当に大丈夫なの？
The truth is out. The truth is out. Oh wait. Let me see if it's.
問題ないわ。別に嘘はついてないもの。あなたはゼーレの力で出口を開けた。
Maybe it's gonna seem a little weird when Einstein and Tesla end up reading it. Are they still like sort of like quote unquote hiding it? They're telling the truth, but they're not actually telling the whole truth for them to actually be able to tell that there's like another Seele. Is that it? Yeah, I think they just didn't mention it to the doctors. It's still a secret. And here I was celebrating because I thought they were actually just gonna come out with the whole deal of there being another Seele. At the very least want Kiana to know about her. Because Seele and Kiana became like very good friends. So of course it'd be nice if Kiana would also know about her friend's little secret. That she actually has two friends instead of one friend. Me too. I 100% agree with what Seele is saying. Hopak dance. Hopak dance. Hopak dance. Ukrainian folk dance. I can't tell anything about the picture. Don't forget about watching Sal's One Day Adventure in YouTube after finishing this chapter. Okay. How long is it, by the way? Seele.
そんなことをするのロザリアだけよ。
The room was filled with laughter for a moment, but soon quieted down again.
現状は思ったよりもひどいね。博士たちは徹夜したみたいだし、みんなもいろいろ忙しそう。他の任務に出た人たちも指令を受けてこっちに戻って。
I'd actually mute it.
これからますます忙しくなるんだろうな。
I was gonna alt tab and check it myself to see how long it was.
手を引くつもりはない。
17 minutes, I think.
どうせ私も逃げられないし、私が必要だったらいつでも言ってちょうだい。
そういえば支配劇場から戻った後、人形からの接触はあった？
ないわ。 あれだけ断ったし、さすがにもうまとわりつくことはないと思う。でも、どうしたの？確信があるわけじゃないけど、支配劇場を出た時、わけのわからないことを言ってきた人形がいたのよ。
That we are always gonna be next to you kind of thing?
変わった感じがした。気になるわ。
Rustling sounds arose. Noises began to echo in the theater devoid of life. Like the sounds of strings cutting through the air. Like the sounds of a puppet rotating its joints. Like the sounds of inky mallets coagulating into a clot. Countless... Every time I see this, it just gives me, like, chills down my spine. Countless shadows drifted towards the establishment at the center of the theater with uncanny, robotic motions. It actually wasn't a full loss for them because they got the power of the Herrscher of Reason. Oh yeah, definitely this one. And this one. They're all a bunch of clowns. They repeated those words to each other tirelessly. Suddenly, they cast their burning gaze in one direction. The trial court solemnly stood at the center of the theater. Oh? Wait, what? Wait, planning? They plan? I mean, I guess the whole deal that they did of like those advanced crime notices and stuff like that had to be made with a plan, not just sort of like randomly. So of course they planned it, but I didn't expect their planning to be so well done, so calm, maybe? And then it's the next chapter, the Legion Theater. Strom? What the hell is this? Strom? I don't want an explanation and I don't want to know what it is because I know this clothing. There's only a single character in the entire game that has had this sort of like fluff. And I'm pretty sure I used her on these week's or last week's Steam battle against Herrscher Kiana. But yeah, there's only one. There's only one character that wears this so far, unless there's a new character, because we just saw the new Seele. How long is this? 5, 7, 9, 11, 12, 13. You already know. I don't want to know. Why? Dude, no, it's not fair. Literally every single fucking moment that she pops up, it's literally time to cry. It's time for tears start rolling down onto my face. It's time to open the waterways. And the waterfalls start pouring water out of my eyes, out of everyone's eyes. And the fact that they're just like fucking... the sword word just came out of nowhere. And the fact that they're just like showing them right here, I'm pointing at it right now, very menacingly and very angrily. The fact that they're showing it right now means that there's something... The chapter has something to do with this certain character. Because all these are like thumbnails from a CG They're coming from a CG inside of the chapter. So at one point, we're gonna see this scene inside of the chapter 25. Not even that. You know what makes this even worse? It's the end of the arc. And we know what the end of the arc means. This is the laughter of pain. I mean, this one doesn't actually have it right here, if I remember. Okay, it does have it. But it shows a movie. It's become like a thing in like the end of every arc. What's new? Probably this. We're not gonna watch it today though. Okay. The real positive and wholesome was this. This entire chapter, although it had like some sort of like despair on it, some sort of like sadness, a little bit of like Red Seele being very, very depressed. Oops. It was very positive and wholesome. Oops. It was a very positive and wholesome chapter. But this is the middle part. As is usual with Sorius, it's always like introduction. Then the middle part, I can't remember what it's called, where there's like the big problem that's gonna arise, and then it's the end of it, the conclusion. So shit should start hitting the fan in this chapter. Things should start getting real bad in this chapter. And then things should start getting really, 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 really bad in this chapter. As is with the other ones that are at the end of the arc. But you know what also sucks is that I'm gonna have to play this probably until next week, because tomorrow's Friday, and on Saturday I'm gonna be participating in a collab with some streamer people that I just met not too long ago, and I'm gonna be playing like a very, very heavily modded lethal collab, which should be fun. But it's not Honkai Impact. So, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to actually finish this. It's 13 stages, but the stages could be like filled with like dialogue. There aren't that many movies, but the stages could still be filled with dialogue, and I could just like get stuck and maybe only get all the way to the like maybe 5 or 10, and have to like finish the other like part on the on another day. If that happens, then maybe Monday might be the end of this chapter and starting this chapter and getting to like a halfway point, because all the chapters have this like sort of like have this like halfway point. This arc is really long. Yeah, I bet. I mean, it took me like 2 hours to actually do this entire part. I had to stop here, if I remember correctly. And it was 4 stages. 4 stages took me the entire like 2 hours and a half, or like 3 hours and a half that I normally like stream. And I think I even went past the time like a little bit. I can't remember. I already cannot remember. But this is pretty exciting. Actually, I don't know if I should even call it exciting. Just like it brings out my gosh, English is hard. Curiosity to know what they're gonna be bringing here on like this chapter. What's the reason? What's the big reason that they have decided to throw this little thumbnail into the mix? And you know what else is after this? This. it's literally just going from hell into hell into hell into hell. I'm gonna have a good time. I am gonna have a really good time. All right, so here's the plan. I'm done for today. Of course, it's time to eat. I'm hungry. And Strom, you probably need to sleep. It is very, very late. If I remember correctly, whenever I like start my stream, it's literally midnight for you. So you should get some sleep. You are not allowed to stay up. You should rest 8 hours. It is very good for you. So here's the plan. Since I'm probably not gonna end up finishing this the next chapter, this one, tomorrow. Let's start tomorrow. Let me figure out how to play around with OBS and make it so that when I watch a video on YouTube, I can actually like show it on stream without doxing myself or something of the sort. Let me figure that out. And tomorrow, because I looked up the thing about if I'm able to like use like videos or like trailers on stream, and it had like a little like a small guideline, Honkai Impact, where it's just like you have to like it has to be like you can use it, but you have to put like your own thing inside of it. It can't be just like you reposting the trailer or you reposting the video or you just reposting like the gameplay in itself. You have to like have like your own like charm, your own like self in it. So it should be fine if I'm just like reacting on it. Hey, I'm turning to a React content creator. I think that's what they're called. Not a big fan of those type of people, but I guess it's my turn to become a React tuber. Oh wait, maybe I shouldn't show this. Maybe I shouldn't show this. Let me check. It might be that they actually responded to my like support ticket. Let me check. Is it game capture? Nope, that's me. Will they say that they're actually like fixing it? View service progress. Okay, so they sent me the automated response. That sucks. Oh well. But yeah, I'll figure out how to do that, and we can watch Cele's One Day Adventure if I remember correctly. That's what it's called. Tomorrow, and then continue on with the chapters. And of course, I'm gonna watch Cele's One Day Adventure first, because if I go on with the chapters, I'm probably gonna go all the way up until the normal time that I stop, and I'm gonna completely forget about Cele's One Day Adventure, and I'm gonna end up not watching it. So that's why I'm gonna watch it first thing tomorrow, and then continue with the chapters, and we'll see up to where we get, because it's getting more and more exciting. Also, another thing that's getting more and more exciting is the fact that we're getting closer. We're getting closer and closer to this chapter. Actually, how many arcs? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 arcs left, and I'll be done with part 1. Can you believe that? I actually can't believe that I'm this close to finishing part 1. But you did say that the arcs are gonna start getting like longer, so maybe I'm not as close as I'm thinking. Yeah. Oh, anyways, that was a lot of fun. That was an actual very positive and wholesome story with both of the Celes. I can now call them both of the Celes, because Red Cele shows her name, which is super nice. So yep, I'll be done with that. Thank you very much for watching. I had a lot of fun, and I gotta finish this before I sneeze, because I'm feeling like I'm gonna sneeze. And I'll probably be on tomorrow to play some more Honkai Impact and watch some Cele's One Day Adventure. And that's pretty much it. I am really, really hungry and I want to eat. I'll try to be on time tomorrow, but I can't promise anything because I'm very, very lazy in the morning. I'm a very, very bad morning person. I'm like Cele. I'm very bad. I'm very, very bad with mornings, and it's really hard for me to actually wake up. And sometimes I do dumb stuff like stopping the alarm while I'm in the middle of my sleep, which was really bad. I don't know how I'm gonna fix that. I don't think I can fix that. But anyways, thank you for watching. Bye bye, Strum. Have a good night's sleep, Strum. You have a great day too, or have a great next day, because you have to like sleep and then wake up unless you have like unless like things that you're doing are like nighttime things. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye bye. It was a lot of fun.